Hey guys, welcome to Warp Charge Gaming. We are starting a Black Crusade campaign called Apostles of Wrath. Hope you guys enjoy this. This is our first session with working out the recording and the cameras and everything here, so bear with it. A couple warnings. There's a little bit of homebrew here, so if you see something that doesn't follow the base rules, feel free to comment, feel free to post, but assume that it's intentional and ask if it was a mistake. Because obviously I'm not, yes. Assume it's intentional. So we're getting rolling here. First guy we have, I'm John, I should say, start with that. This is Ethan, cutting the camera over there, and this is why we're, first session.
Oh, the Joe one? Okay.
There we go, yeah. Ethan is playing a heretic named Davanax. Undivided, being a heretic, doing things. Next we have Dave. Dave is playing Rycro. He's using the Frostfather. It's an advanced class, barbarian. Blood for the Blood God, coronated aligned, because that's the way to go, always. We got Seth. Seth is playing Johan. We're definitely not saying his last name is Sebastian Bach, but he's playing Renegade, former guardsman, bog standard, wants to kill things, doesn't want to get caught. Unaligned? Corn aligned, okay, because, I like this.
Always.
Finally, we got Dalton. Dalton's a cameraman and player and co-host. George's partner for Warp Charge. He's the in for getting us on filming here. He's playing a Casala Magister. He's playing the Vegas Supremist, the Sorcerer Supreme wannabe. Zinchen, his name is Belroth, and he'll be great. He's also, his unknown nickname that people say behind his back is Peg Like Bell, for reasons we'll get to in a minute.
That is not confirmed.
Because it's behind your back.
Listen to it.
So, we're getting rolling. Camera's good. Hope you guys enjoy it. We have one more player also, but he'll be joining us in a little bit. And when he gets here, we'll do the quick little thing. So starting this out, you guys are the lovely cultists of the Apostles of Wrath campaign. And we are, just to give a little intro and background, you guys are on a planet called Sacrist. The realm sector that you guys are in is called the Hailstorm Vortex. This is pre-13th Black Crusade, kind of mid-41st millennia. Very, very, very long story short. There's some Chaos Warbands raiding within the sector, but the planet Sacrist is largely untouched. Except for the fact that one hive kind of got overrun by zombies and imploded, and no one really knows why. You guys are not in that hive, so you guys aren't dead. You guys start on the far other side of the planet. You guys are part of a cult called, flip pages, the Oracles of the New Dawn. Essentially, you're in the bottom of the hive. You are the sump dwellers and scum and the escaped heretics that decided that they don't like the Mechanicus, rogue sorcerers, deserter guardsmen, all that fun stuff. But essentially, in the bowels of this hive, you guys have found a cult of like-minded individuals who all agree that the Imperium is universally bad. It's just not great, mostly because it doesn't want psychers to be psychers, doesn't want tech people to be tech people. It's all about being under the thumb of the Imperium and the Golden Throne, and that's garbage. So, being like-minded individuals, you guys found a leader named Azarak. Azarak is a very charismatic person who pulled everyone together, and he's leading this group that started as, a couple dudes and then became more dudes and is actually growing to the level of like a realistic cult, sweeping through the Underhive. And his whole thing is that he knows of the old gods, the old ones that came before the Emperor, before the Imperium, way back in the day. They were beings that ruled the universe and galaxy far beyond time and humans could imagine. And humanity forgot about them. And it's his belief that through these old ones, humanity can achieve things that the Emperor and the Imperium doesn't want humanity to achieve. And for one reason or another, you guys have found yourselves drawn to it. Heretic man, you're allowed to do heretic things. The two soldier guys, they get to kill people, and the sorcerer gets to be a sorcerer without getting hauled off to a black ship. These gods that you guys serve, serve might be a little bit of a strong term there. You guys follow them. They are known as the Hound, the Crow, the Serpent, and the Eagle. Are the four old gods that you guys have been taught, and Azurak and some of his top closest buddies have spread how they understand that these gods are, and it's pretty standard, a little familiar, that there's a god of war who's all about strength and proving oneself and honor. There's the crow, which is all about the death and rebirth and the cycle of life and how there's more to life than just being here once and dying. There's the serpent, is it's sneaky, it's the seducer, it's the one that makes things fall, makes things rise, sets them up, tears them down. And then there's the eagle, which is sometimes also called the raven. It's the trickiest of the gods. It is a deceiver, it is a liar, it's a schemer, and particularly this deep in the hive, if anyone has ever seen a raven or an eagle, usually it's cyberized, like a little cybernetic familiar or whatever. It's usually seen as a good luck. It's seen as a good luck charm, but something bad usually happens right after to the person who has a bit of good luck, because all things are balanced and just as planned. That is where you guys find yourselves. The only other thing that's a little odd that has some of you guys unsettled, some like it better, some don't. None of you have actually seen Azurak ever in person. In fact, no one in the cult has actually seen this man in person. He always operates through proxies, and the proxies are through a proxy. So no one actually knows who he is. But you guys hear his voice through recordings or through broadcasts. You read the stuff that he writes. But no one actually knows who he is. And there's kind of a rumor that goes around that he could literally be anyone in the cult. But this guy's wise enough. He's got the charisma to lead this group, to prevent it from being stomped out. Clearly, he knows what he's doing. That being said, you guys have some skill and some talent, and so you guys are not the run-of-the-mill cultists. You guys have proved yourselves to be valuable either through having sorcerer's power, through being able to make people disappear, or to just be dead, or to be able to fix things, build things, and just do things that that help the cult gain territory, advance, all of that. However, despite all of that, you guys are still in the bottom of the hive. I'm just going to pass this around for now. We'll have a prettier picture eventually. But you guys are in effectively what is called Zone 3. This is the bottom third of the hive, so deep in the bowels, underground, where all the crap flows down. There's literally an area called the Sludge Sea, and it's just all you can imagine, that just flows down. It's a roiling sea of radioactive mess. But it's a very good scavenging area, fun fact. You can find all kinds of cool stuff in there if you survive long enough to bring it back and sell it. That means, and the cult, more or less, is focused around the Sludge Sea. That's not in it, but around it, near it. That's a good area where you get a bunch of converts, send them in to go get stuff. The ones that survive, prove themselves, etc. So that's kind of the intro to this. A little bit long, little rambling, but now you guys know what you're doing. On your average ordinary day, working for the Order of New Dawn, there is a general summons for all like the top lieutenants, all the hitmen, all the schemers. Basically, everyone important is summoned to go to Azurak and to listen because he has a plan. What are you doing? Say it's dark 30 in the morning, 5 a.m. What general idea? What are you doing? Good evening.
Tinkering things.
Microphone.
Gotta go to mine.
In the early hours of the morning, I'm probably tinkering with things.
Acceptable.
I will be in my bed sleeping. Just,
Getting your rest on.
I mean, Cornate, probably
You don't know
cleaning
what Corn
weapon.
is.
Well, okay, true. Follower of the Hound, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so probably either applying blood to my weapons or removing blood from my weapons, depending on the day.
Removing.
Removing. Ah, disappointing.
You had a kill last night.
As a follower of the Eagle / Raven, guys, I'm
Who
doing
knows?
mind exercises. Whoa.
Yep. I'm just sleeping.
Put that down. Glad the camera's not on this guy right now. They can. Yeah. So, you guys all get the summons delivered personally by emaciated-looking morons that more or less just recently they're new converts. None of you guys recognize their faces, but they're all very excited and very eager to hand you, to tell you to go to this place at such and such a time. You guys make your way there, and it's a old, dilapidated, failed ecclesiarchy mission. Essentially this deep in the hives, there isn't really the established church, and every once in a while you get some bigwig, white-collar preacher from up hive who's just like, I'm gonna go down there and just spread the word to the emperor, and he goes down there and lasts like a month before he's either dead, turned into a ganger, or just run off, and then usually ends up dead. So it's this, the building itself is technically new. He built it with some people that were temporarily following him and listening and taking the free food that he offered. But it's a new building that's formed out of old, rusted, crappy stuff. So it's very dank, moldy, not well lit. The only real light in here is lanterns from some promethium, and then maybe some like glow in the dark fungus, glowy fungus stuff. So there's roughly about 100 people inside this. At this point, it's basically an auditorium. No pews, no seats. Those have all been turned into firewood. But you're all there. You kind of see some of your familiar faces, people you've worked with, people you want to kill, whatever. But everyone's waiting for Azurak to speak. And of course, no one's expecting to actually see Azurak because no one ever does. Though, after everyone's assembled, you more or less have a quorum of, not everyone's here, but most of the people. Someone does step onto the stage, and the person's pretty big. They are about a head taller than most of you guys, at least, but they're just completely covered in a robe. Think your standard monk robe. It's big, it's concealing, there's no real shape to it, and the hood's pulled low, and you're pretty sure they're wearing some kind of cloth underneath the hood. So you guys, there's someone there, you can't tell anything about them, you can't tell if they're male, female. They're probably pretty big, bulky. But this figure walks up, and everyone shushes and gets quiet and listens. And who you presume to be Azurak looks over you all and kind of just lifts his hands and is silent for a second, and then he says, I have received the sign that we are waiting for. Last night, the Raven came to me in my dreams, and he told me that the way to the Uphive has come to us. It is going to be a struggle. It is going to be risky. It is going to be dangerous. But I have faith that the old ones will carry us through. They will see us to the Hive. They will see us to the pinnacles of glory, and we will spread the faith all through this world. And naturally, there's some cheering. There's a lot of applause. You guys are all pretty encouraged by this. It's rare that he ever says he's had a vision, but every time he says he's had a vision, something good's always come out of it. Not necessarily easy, usually pretty bloody, but something happens. And if he says that the Raven has spoken, then you're obviously going to do whatever he says, especially you. So he starts talking a little bit more and giving you a whole lot of non-information of how there's going to be glory. He goes into his little sermon. It's very, very effective. All the people around you are just super into it, cheering, going nuts. By the end of it, they're worked up into a frenzy, and he does this whole and we will do this, and half the crowd just starts charging outside because they're just so pumped up. They just go running out. Don't even know why they're running outside. They're just they go with the flow. You guys all stay behind with about 20 other of the 100 people. And that's kind of the core group of the smartest, most in control people. And after everyone leaves, he starts basically saying, he starts calling names one at a time, or either one at a time or in a couple groups. And he's like, you, come up here. And they come up, and then he talks to them quietly. And he does one group, then he does a person, then he does a group. He kind of starts, sending people off, and you guys are all just standing around waiting. And then finally at the end, he calls all you guys by name, and he tells you to come up. And you get there, and he says, so, when you actually come up on stage with him, he actually looks even taller than he did when you were back in the auditorium. Like, you knew he was taller than you, but you actually get there, and even though he's only like a head taller than you guys, it feels like he's just mountain over you guys. Even the strong badasses are just like, he could probably and not kill me, but he could probably send me flying. And he summons you all, and he goes, brothers, I have sent all of our kin off on various tasks that will help the cult and will send us where we need to go, but I have a special mission, a secret mission that I don't necessarily want everyone to know about. You see, in addition to everything that I saw in my vision, I also have been told through our network of informants that there is a shipment of guilders coming through the lower zone. They apparently have discovered a cache of lost technology that was deep in the bowels, lower than us, way down in the wastes, and the guilders sent a team down to recover it. I don't know what's in that cache, but I know it will help. And I know it is what the Raven showed me. So I'm sending you to intercept that convoy and to take whatever's inside. Go. And he kind of does like the little, not like just leave, but like the whole like, Gods be with you. Doesn't give you any more information, just tells you to leave. And after that, he just turns and starts walking off.
Hey Azarak, where is the position of these guilders?
Oh, I'm sure you can figure that out on your own. He kind of stops in like the doorway leading into like the back little like living quarters for the priest, where the priest would have been, and he just kind of looks over his shoulder, and he will have a guide, and then just goes into the room. He's not known for being entirely helpful.
I can see that.
Yep. So, you guys are gonna have to figure out where to go to find this. Now, all you guys go ahead and roll me a basic intelligence test. And so, and clarification for anyone watching, I'm using the Dark Heresy 2.0 style, where you get 1 degree for passing or failing, and then everything else stacks. So just tell me your degrees of pass or failure, assuming a straight pass is 1, a straight fail is 1.
5 degrees of success.
Mike, use.
5 degrees of success.
Okay, pass it over.
Only got 1 degree of success.
And I'll walk you through this on Mike.
As a violent man, I'm not very intelligent. That is 2 degrees of failure on my part.
Okay.
I am not a smart man.
Well, as the follower of the Raven, I only got 4 degrees of success.
Okay. So obviously we know someone was staying up too late, wiping blood off his gun or something. Yeah. So with all the time you guys have spent in the zone, literally the zone 3, and that was no puns. You guys have a fair amount of familiarity with the different paths that take you down into the even deeper area. You guys are effectively at the lowest layer of hive, of like man-made structure. Anything below you is actual like caverns and just mines. So you lose the buildings, it becomes literal just earth and mountain. So I'm gonna see if they're not gonna be able to read that. Okay, we're gonna get like a full picture behind us. But you guys are effectively here in the Sludge Sea. The normal way up, from like the best way up from the lowest areas, there's the mine workings, which is a bunch of mines. And then there's the Arc Cache. The Arc Cache is essentially it's a Guilder-controlled kind of outpost that is the Guilder's favored go-to point for getting down. They rarely ever send anyone down there, but they have an outpost just to have an outpost. That's the likely point where any kind of guild caravan would go, because they'll have their network of way stations and outposts to make it as safe a journey as possible. That's where you'd probably want to start looking. The mine workings, there's just too many bodies and too much going on there. At any given day, there's like a 10,000 person riot there's like a 1,000 person riot going on there at any point in the day, because it's a bunch of slave menials and all that. So you'd want to start looking at the Arc Cache. Yeah. Yeah, you go into that neighborhood, start busting some heads. Okay. And we're working on getting some more mics so we don't just have to pass this one around.
Before we set out, we should definitely see what kind of equipment we have available.
That is true. Let me start actually with that. If anyone wants to try to acquire some gear, you guys are in your cult's zone. So you guys can try to see what's available. The way we're going to do this to keep it rolling, because you guys aren't going to be able to go shopping, but to see what's available, everyone can roll me a D100, and I can tell you what kind of gear would be available if you go looking for something.
Nice.
Huh? Ethan, what did you get?
57.
All right, Ethan's 57 means if you are looking for something, you aren't really going to be able to find much. You can find a poor quality auto gun, and by find, I mean you can go find one of your little cultist homies and just give me that and take it. You grabbing one? Yeah. Okay. So it's a poor quality auto gun. Now, fun fact on that auto gun, it also has the fiendish recoil, which means if you are trying to fire it on full auto after moving, rather than being -10 to hit, it's -20.
Okay.
This thing kicks and has no bump stock. Dave, what did you get?
They've got a 55.
55. If you want an auto pistol or like a stub gun.
Dave's got a big axe.
Yes, Dave has a big axe, is what he just said without the microphone. Yes, you can find a couple shivs, knives, like some poor quality knives.
Big axe.
Well, then why? Are you actually looking for gear if you already have a big axe? Yeah, just to see what's available. All right. You could also, though, you do find a guy who does make slout. One of the wannabe chemists. He can give you 2 doses of slout. Boost your agility and perception bonus by 3 for 2d10 minutes.
Dave will take the slow.
Okay, so SLAUGHT, or look it up, page 183. So we're just gonna say that Johan found nothing.
Yeah, so those dice got banished because I rolled a 96. So they are gone for today.
Just as intended. All right, Belleroth.
I rolled a 58.
You guys are loving your 50s. Okay.
Man, you know it.
Well, you can find a couple extra glow lamps, which actually kind of matters in the Underhive because you guys don't really have any that still have batteries. So you actually can find 2.
I will take the glow lamps.
Good, you have 2 flashlights. Put the flashlight on the big axe. So every time he swings, you get like a little flicker of what's going on.
Take it, I don't have my or anything.
No, you do not have the pet.
So,
Frostfather comes with a pet normally, but we realized that the normal pet's the size of a dewback, and he's gonna get one later. But sorry.
Yeah, so we had some gear that we started with, correct?
Yes, everything else you guys have. So like, Belleroth has the side-focused clip drop harness, the cloak. You have everything except for the...
The two we talked
Yeah.
about. Yeah. So the one thing that list doesn't actually have is ammunition.
Assume 2 magazines,
Two mags?
clips,
Okay, cool.
etc. equivalent.
Does that include the one in the gun?
What?
In the gun? Or just 2 extra?
2 total. Yeah, 2 total, not 1 plus 2. It's 2 total. Yeah, you'll be fine. Who needs ammo? Just beat someone to death with the club, with the buttstock. So, as that may give you an idea, your cult is dealing with mostly low-grade weapons and gear. A lot of it's cast-offs. A lot of it's very poor quality, very badly maintained. But that's fine, because you are fighting. Anytime you have to kill someone, you're killing someone with very poor quality, very badly maintained gear, so it's fine. Maybe a problem later, but for right now it works. So, with what you guys have, you are equipped as best you can be. You guys set out. I am going to assume you have about 5 other cultists come with you just to carry stuff or to be canaries, you know, if you think you're going into a danger zone. And of course, you get the new converts that are just all like super excited to be part of a movement, and half of them are going to last for like 30 days before they realize that like their life's going to be the same, and the other half are probably going to be dead, so that's fine.
Those are rookie numbers.
We need the banter on the... put it in the middle. Just leave it there anytime you're going to speak. All right. I mean, you guys could start yelling. Actually, try it, Dave. Say something loud.
What?
Yeah, not really. Okay. Yeah. Just try to grab the mic or have someone get it to you. We're working on getting that. So, you guys are going to set out. The path down there, there are effectively 2 ways to get there. For the players, if you go down this way around the refuse drifts, there's going to be a lot less people that you're going to have to deal with. But the people you're going to deal with are more likely to be armed, dangerous, and scavengers. They're more likely to fight you, but you're less likely to run into them. If you go down the other way, you're going to run into a lot more people. They're going to be less likely to fight or want to do anything, but you're going to be noticed. I mean, down here in the Zone 3, people know who the Order of the New Dawn is. You guys individually might not be known persons, but the word will spread pretty quickly if a team of pretty decently equipped dudes start making their way through areas. News spreads like wildfire.
I'll take path number 1, John. The path of blood is the best path.
What's behind door number 1?
I'll go with number 1 as well. I want to loot some tech off people.
Talk a little louder when you do that, by the way, 'cause you're pretty quiet.
By majority, I guess we're going, but I do agree.
Everyone loves a democracy when everyone votes the same way. All right. So you guys decide to work your way around the refuse drift. It is also a much longer path, fun fact. It's gonna take you guys about probably roughly 7 days to get around. Because it's not a straight path. You know, you're gonna have to go around piles of refuse and crap and throwaway and like building materials and stuff that are the size of actual mountains. So you guys start off there. Now, in the area where you guys currently are, as you're leaving, just for a little bit of flavor, you guys are as you get towards the refuse drift, going away from the sludge city, you go from basically a shanty town with a bunch of, like corrugated housing, scavenged building material or anything that can serve as building material, where there's a decent amount of civilization, to the refuse drift, which is literally just a endless sea of trash. This is kind of on the what you guys assume, you think, as far as you're able to understand, because none of you guys have seen the surface, it's on like the northern-ish edge of the hive, which is the one which apparently, for whatever reason, when they built the hive and built the hive and built the hive, this kind of was the area where they just dump all their crap. So you guys, over the years, it's a great area to go to just find stuff. It's a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, but you can come out with some pretty cool stuff, like a big old axe that he made. It wasn't in one piece when he found it, but he made it into one piece, etc. So, but it's also a very, because it's that giant open sea, it's very, sound carries everywhere. So if you're trying to be stealthy, you're gonna have to put some effort into it, which also means it's harder to get snuck up on and ambushed. So going through the refuse drift, it's kind of like a game of chess, where most parties in the drift don't want to run into other people. But if you do run into another group, you're just probably going to kill them and see if they've got any good loot. So you have two options. Do you try to avoid, or do you go looking for a fight?
Homie needs to kill somebody every 2 days. Just saying.
I mean, I think it goes without saying, but yeah, kill people if that's an option. I'd like to take that option.
What GM ever
corn,
assumes their
like-
party's not going to be murder hobos?
Yeah, exactly.
Mow people, mow loot.
More lost limbs.
By forced democracy. I guess we're going.
I love how the Zinch guys just at the tail end be like, not that it matters. But
Yeah, this is what happens when you get 2 coin players in the party, and it's a party of 5 people. So,
yeah.
math.
I mean, I'm not complaining. You can just go to the injury chart. Just have this bookmarked. So,
Are my Mechanicus robes red by chance?
I'm assuming that they were red once, but they are so dirty and full of trash and filth that they're probably like a brownish black and like everything else, everyone else's clothes. You guys all basically look like you're wearing poo-stained.
I might see some red and maybe some gold in my future. We'll see.
Yeah. That is the thing. Are you sure it's not
Yeah, just stay
brass?
close to us.
Oh, I mean brass.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So, as the corn players fist bump. All right, who is running point? Who's in the scout on the party? All right, do you have navigate surface?
Dude with the axe, maybe, as point? Yeah, good idea.
Yes, I do.
All right, Dave, I need you to roll me a navigate surface test at no modifiers.
This might be a problem.
As Dave says, this may be a problem after he volunteers.
I have 30 intelligence. I failed by 1 point.
Literally 1 point.
Yep.
Those are the best. All right. So you
It's going to take us a little extra time here.
You helpfully volunteer to lead the party and to navigate your way through, because you've been here a couple times. That's where you found your axe, and you know some of the area near the sludge sea. And for the first day or so, you're able to get everyone, and you don't really run into anyone or hear anyone else. But after about 2 days, you do kind of in the distance meaning at this point, sound bounces so much and carries. You have no idea really what direction they're in. But there's another group, and you decide to see if you can accidentally stumble into a party, like another group. Unfortunately, you can't find them. Get yourself a little sidetracked, and yeah, you guys end up wasting about 4 or 5 hours of walking around trying to find this group, only to realize that, like, the way the echoes were working, you kind of went past them and around, and they also probably were trying to avoid you guys too, so you guys kind of just did a so they're behind you now. Oh, you think they're
So it's
behind
been
you.
2 days.
2.5, 3 days.
I failed my willpower test. I go down 5 intelligence. And perception.
That's great. Frost Fathers have to satisfy their need to kill worthy opponents.
Oh, like fellowship.
Over the past 2 days, have my Mechanicus implants been able to identify anything of value in this sea of trash?
Roll me a perception test.
I have rolled a 68, and
No.
that is, yeah.
No, you find plenty of interesting looking scrap that is literally just scrap.
Neato.
Excellently done. Do you want to keep leading the party? And does the party want him to keep leading, since he's apparently wasted at least half a day?
My vote. His intelligence just dropped, guys. I don't
Meta
know.
knowledge. Oh, there's a great thing that happens to meta knowledge.
Whoops.
So, I mean, I'm not a smart man already, but I also don't know navigate. So it's not a good idea for me to take point. But at the same time, my character would probably not be happy with not getting into a fight and blame him for not getting us into that fight. So I might take over here unless somebody else does.
Guys, I'm very confident about this. I know exactly where we're going. I can get it. I got it. It's not deceived. I know.
Rousing speech.
The longer we're in the sea of trash, the higher chance I can find some interesting looking junk. Maybe Archaeotech.
Acceptable. Now the question here is: do Johan and Rykro want to decide who's gonna go in front, or do you want to see if your 5 cultists can find a way out?
No on that last one.
What if
We're not.
what if one of them was named Bob?
No. Okay, if one of them was named Bob, then yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we would. But Bob's not a cultist. Well, actually, he might be. Time is a thing. Bob is not real.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this the origins of Bob?
No, this is not the origin of
Not
Bob.
the origins of Bob. For those of you who aren't privy to that information, Bob was an NPC in a different campaign. So that's where
Best
the joke
NPC.
is. He is the best NPC.
Anyway, so cultists, do you want them to lead, or do you want are you guys gonna?
No, it's gonna be
do
one
that?
of us, right? It's gonna be one of us. How do you want to decide this, though?
Roll off.
I lead, and you follow. I'm good with that. Command test.
That's a bit one-sided, but sure. you can command test. You'd be opposing this with willpower. Yeah.
I passed by 1 degree.
Okay. Pass the mic and.
I failed by 1 degree, so there we have it.
Okay, so you may not be happy with it, but as of right now, he's made it clear he's not gonna turn over the reins. So at least for now, you're willing to suffer through it. But if he doesn't get something done, you're gonna have a talk. Dave, or I should say Rykro, roll me your navigate surface test.
Plus 10.
That is a good point. That is a good question. So he's asking what the limits of his infamy points are at this moment. So anyone who is, what's your corruption at?
20.
Okay. So the penalty for Corn is that you heal less. You're at 20 corruption. You can add plus 10 before rolling the dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna add plus 10,
Okay, go for it.
and I'm still gonna fail.
What is that?
That's a 69. It's wrong, God. We're gonna re-roll
So-
that for another infamy point.
You can't. You have to have 21 corruption.
That's not fair.
Welcome to Black Crusade. Nothing is fair. You serve the Chaos Gods, son. All right. So how many degrees of failure is 69? I'm saying
It'd be 4 degrees of failure.
you guys get really lost. Go ahead.
Do we find any good stuff?
Did you roll your perception test?
We're gonna find out.
Sorry, not perception test. Just no, you didn't.
No.
Nope. Well, good news and bad news. The good news is that well, let's start with the bad news. It's more fun. So we're going south. So you guys we're going here, and after 4 days, you should be about here. Well, you kind of ended up back over here. So you were going, and then you, just like the beloved hounds of Up, squirrel. You were going in the right track, and you were looking for stuff, and then you just like that there were some people that way, and you're jonesying for some to beat
So
something
2
down.
more days have passed.
We're getting there. So you are just like you're very noticeably looking for a fight at this point, and to the point where you just kind of go, and the party follows because you're, as far as everyone can tell, you're still technically going in the right direction, and you're hunting this group down, and the group. Your players and the cultists start to figure out that you're hunting another group, and that gets some people excited, some people less excited. Some people are just looking for trash that can work. Unfortunately, the good news is, I should say, that you find the group you're looking for. The other bad news is that you guys are not the quietest crowd, because you've got 5 morons with you that are just like super excited to I'm not talking about you guys. No, he's not here yet.
No, I was saying him.
Yes.
I was saying we had the 5 morons for the cultists, and then him who can't read a fucking map. So
He doesn't have a map.
well, right.
Am the map.
You are clearly not the map because you don't know where the hell you're going. So,
So-
Weezy gonna have
He
a
knows
check.
where he's going. He's going to a fight, and he found the fight. The problem is he did not find the fight on advantageous terms. He finds a fight by walking around a corner, and there's a brilliant flurry of las bolts that miss. Go like flying, just flying past his head. Now he's out front. Everyone else, I'm assuming, is a safe distance behind. Sorry, that's what I'm looking for, or phrase I'm looking for. So he just comes around the corner and just las bolts start going. So everyone roll initiative. Everyone here has the +2 for being human, so just ignore the +2. I'm just gonna. Yeah, so it's a D10 plus your agility modifier.
Plus my 2 for my paranoia.
Yeah, and you do have paranoia, so you've got your agility is a 3. So, what we got?
So I have
I'm at the 13.
Okay. Dave.
Plus agility bonus.
9.
That is 3. And then +2 for paranoid, +2 for cultist.
Ignore the +2 for cultists because everyone has that.
So
I'm just factoring in taking that +2 off of your opponents.
Okay, that is 13 for me as well.
Okay.
After all my bonuses, that's a whopping 11.
Okay. Now here's the important thing, and this is part of tutorial teaching the game. Davinax and Johan both have a 13. So, who has a higher actual agility score? Just like 44, 38. All right. So Johan's got the higher agility. So whenever there's a tie for initiative, the actual highest agility goes. So 1. Okay. And good news is. Okay. So. First to respond. What? What's a quick question?
Roll twice.
All right. Gets to roll twice, and what did he get on the second one?
13.
13. Grab the mic. All right. What's your agility modifier?
So agility modifier is 3, and I forgot that I had lightning reflexes. Which
Okay.
lets me
Well,
roll
so
twice.
what's your full agility score? 35, 38, 30?
39.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it's always great when the party all rolls the same initiative. Except for the sorcerer.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright. So. I'll get these names. Rycrow is the only one who at this moment can see what's around the corner. You can't see anything around the corner, you just see lasbolts start flying past him. Now, so effectively, you guys are kind of in like a, not really a ravine, but there's like a giant pile of trash to your right and a very steep pile of trash to your left, so you can try to climb the trash pile to your right. But it's definitely going to be an athletics test to climb the trash pile.
Shots are coming from which side?
Right.
From the right.
So yeah, it's essentially the big steep pile is like left and front, so kind of like there's just a natural corner to turn.
Got you. So the problem is I don't. No, I do know athletics. Okay, I was gonna say that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
I don't know how to climb things. Parkour is not terrain to skill.
Okay, I'm not a smart man. I'm just gonna charge towards where bullet come from and return with bullet. Or
Okay.
raz shot in this case.
So it's going to be at least a full action to get around the corner because you're not right behind him. So do you want to? Are you just going to run?
Yeah, I'm gonna just run.
Okay.
For that.
So you run up and start. And so as you come around the corner, roll a perception test for me.
That's actually a pass. 1 degree.
Okay. So there's about at the corner, about 40 meters down, you see there's like, it looks like 3 guys have rifles that are all pointing in your direction, and those are probably the lasbolts that were flying by. And behind them, there's just a couple bodies that are kind of scrambling for cover. So there's maybe 7 or 8 people there, from what you're able to see. And then you just keep running. So you get about, what's your agility?
44, so 21 run.
So 24. Oh, yeah, sorry.
21.
It's 4 times 6.
Yeah, I know. I did, yeah, so it'd be 4, 8, 12, 20, right?
What's 4 times 6?
4 times 6, 24. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a smart
Okay.
man.
I'm not a smart man. What's
why
funny
he
is I
plays
have a
corn.
degree in engineering, so
Yeah, I know.
That's yeah. It's been a long day, man.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
So it's because
We
they have
smart,
surpassed
okay?
the basics of algebra. It is beneath them.
Yes, exactly.
Have him help him when if he ever has to like figure out exact change. So you more or less get halfway there with running. Rycrow is next. You just had the guy who was challenging you and accusing you of not knowing where you're going. He just went running past you towards the incoming fire. You do see the 3 guys that were shooting at you, and then there's some people behind him that are just scrambling, looking for cover, running away. It looks like you ran into a scavenger party, that the armed guys were expecting you. The rest are just little gribblies that are menials.
How far away are they?
40 meters.
I'm pulling my axe and start moving as
I'm
much.
assuming your axe was already out.
All right, well, I'm gonna run at them.
Okay, so you're running, and your agility's a 3, so you're gonna go 18. So you're about neck and neck with him. But he's faster than you, so he's gonna get past you next turn. Davanax.
I will. I'll round the corner with them, but I won't be running. I'll pull out my my auto gun.
Okay. And I'm just for sake of pulling out weapons, I'm assuming you guys all had a weapon out.
Yeah.
So
But
because that's
I'll
technically
do
an action. It's gonna be a full move to get to the corner.
Okay.
So you get there, have your gun, you look, and roll your perception test.
That's a 4.
Okay. How many degrees of success is that?
That is 4.
Okay. So you see the 3 guys with guns. You see the menials running. You also actually see that there is a. It looks like there's a grav sled. I mean, not a super fancy one, but probably literally just like a little sled that they would pull. That has a couple box-looking things sitting on it.
I like.
Yeah.
Did you just add loot boxes to this campaign?
You're in this scavenger heaven, and you run into a scavenging group. They've got to put their crap somewhere.
Just saying. I don't do microtransactions, buddy. It's not okay.
Wait, you guys aren't giving me like, you guys aren't giving me money to level up? What is this nonsense? All right, pass the mic. Speaking privileges have been revoked till your turn.
I too am going to pass around the corner, peek my head out to see what we got.
Okay. Now, are you standing behind the techie boy?
Yes.
Yep. Go for it. Roll your perception test.
Oh boy.
So you go to look around the corner, and the problem is you're trying to look past this guy's head. And for some reason, all you just see are guys, like just normal looking dudes. Like, you know that these two are in front of you. You know they went around the corner. You know this is a big burly guy with a big old axe. But you just see like him and this guy running, and they just look like normal looking dudes. And you pass them, and you just see 3 other normal looking dudes. And a bunch of other normal looking dudes that are just running in random directions. Yeah, so, there's a reason for that. You guys are getting, so you guys, while you guys are running up, the guys with the guns keep shooting. Rycro, do you have dodge?
Yes, I do.
Roll it. Las bolts are flying at you.
Rolled a 6. I passed by
Okay, good. So,
4.
so one bolt's like going straight for your torso there, and you just kind of, juke. You would make the NFL wide receivers proud.
I mean, I am pretty good.
Break an ankle on that, yeah. Going back to, back to you. You are allowed to speak now.
Finally, thank you.
I know, that's
Okay.
like all of 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I can barely stand it. So you said they're about 20 meters out now?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I actually don't have a melee weapon. So I'm gonna just take a knee and, semi-auto burst
Okay,
on standard.
so,
No overcharge.
that is good. Now, I do apologize. I have to double check really quick if Black Crusade's one of the ones where certain combat actions are full turn versus not full turn. Because that is a thing.
I think attacks are usually a half action, with the exception of charge.
This one they are, okay, good. Yeah, because in like Old Dark Heresy, first edition, like semi-auto and full were full actions.
Ooh,
I think, I don't remember which is the first switch, but in this they're all half actions. So you can drop to
Okay.
knee, and you can aim.
Oh, that's true. So aim, so that gives me another bonus there, right? So half action aims plus 10.
Yep.
Plus 10 for half range.
You're firing what, a las gun?
Las gun, so
Yeah.
100 meter.
Yeah.
So plus 10 for that. And semi-auto burst is plus 0. So
Yeah, so
plus
it's
20. I rolled a 3, so that's 3 hits.
Yeah. Well, what's your
Ballista skill of 43.
well, just how many degrees of success?
Oh, so, okay, so let's see here. So 3 versus 43 versus 63, that's 6 degrees of success plus 1
okay.
because renegade, so 7 degrees of
Yep.
success.
Yeah, and you can only hit a max of
3 times.
3
'cause-
times.
so-
All right. Now, they're not standing close enough that you can hit multiple people, so you're just gonna hit the one guy 3 times.
All right,
And you rolled a 3?
a 3.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's gonna
So head first, head, body.
Well, no, you flip it. So you rolled a 0, 3,
Oh, that's
so it
right.
becomes
You're
a
right.
30.
You're right.
So
I should know
torso hit.
this.
Yeah, I know.
Left arm.
Yep. So roll the damage one at a time.
9 pen 0.
Okay.
All of them are pen 0. 6 and 7.
Okay. So he does drop. You pepper him with some las bolts. Much better shot than he is, and he goes down.
First blood goes to the blood god.
It is. Rycro, your buddy just got first kill.
That is unacceptable. But it wasn't a worthy kill.
I mean,
I'm gonna keep running at him.
okay, you're gonna keep running. You are about 5 to 6 meters away, so you're definitely in charge range next turn, unless he charges you.
He can bring it on.
All right, pass it over.
I'm taking a half action aim and doing a semi-auto burst.
All right, now are you shooting at the guy that Rycro's going at, or the other guy?
Shoot the guy this guy's going at.
Okay.
So it's plus 20. That is a 70. No, it's a 69 to a 39, so that's 4 degrees.
Yeah, so that's going to be 2 hits. And you rolled a 39.
39.
That's like hit. Go ahead. Okay. So what is that? 12 and 7?
Yep.
All right, he goes down as well. You put some last bolts through him. He also drops.
Bullets. I have an auto gun.
You have the auto gun, right? Actually, yeah. No, auto gun is +3. Yep.
They are bullets, not las gun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he goes down as bullets punch through him. Now is Sorcerer Supremo.
Here we go, boys. So at this point, can I tell who is an enemy?
So the weird thing is when the techie boy, the guy who likes fiddling with technology, dropped to take a knee, you kind of blinked and everything looks normal again.
So can I tell how far away they are?
Yeah, they're about 40 meters, so rounding off. Rounding off to 40 if you're looking at psychic shenanigans.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to attempt to force bolt the closest.
Does he concerned about that?
I don't know what that is.
My gift of the gods. Illusions of Normalcy. No.
Right. I totally thought he was the one that had that.
No.
I was looking at the wrong character. It's fine. Yeah, no, yeah. Continue. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Warpy shenanigans. What was your question?
I'm going to attempt to force bolt the closest enemy.
Yeah, within 40 meters is good.
Yep, it's
What, 10 times
10
psi
times
rating?
my psi.
All right, now here's how psychic stuff works. You can do it bound or bound or unbound. If you do it bound, you have your psi rating, which means your range goes down, but you can't peril. You do it unbound, and you peril on any roll of a double.
Looks like we're going unbound, boys.
Or you could push. If you push,
Start it off
you add +5 to your power per psi rating. You can add up to 5 psi rating. But every psi you auto roll in the phenomena table, and every psi rating you add is +5 to that roll. So you're basically gonna be rolling at like anywhere between a +15 to +25, which means you're very likely to actually roll a peril. This is his first time using psychic powers. It's gonna be great.
Kidding.
Tell the story of the old campaign with the
No, later.
I'm
I
gonna
swear I might not kill you.
push once.
Only one?
Only one.
Okay. So you're going up to psi rating 5.
Indeed.
Or whatever you're on. Yeah, I'm assuming you're psi rating 5.
Yeah.
All right, so roll. You're going to use a half action to do force bolt.
Yes.
Okay, so you can use a half action to use your psi focus to humna ha to give yourself a +10, and your psi rating's at 5. Psi rating 5, so you have +25 to this.
Let's do this.
So
boys.
force bolt is plus. So you're at a +35 on this test. Go. 73. You pass. Now, how many degrees of success is that?
Whopping. So it was what, +35?
Yep.
0. Or, yeah, so
You
1
you
degree
literally
success.
just passed.
Yeah.
Really?
This is the amazing psyker over here.
That's.
If it was +35,
So you should have maxed
What's your
out.
willpower?
47. I rolled a 75.
Yeah. I'm glad I told you about pushing.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. What is that under? Telekinesis, right?
It is, yes.
I'm just trying to pull it up for something and I keep skipping it. There we go.
You guys really want me to kill somebody? Intense gets hard every time.
Okay, so you hit him. You're doing D10 +2 +2 per psi rating. So you're doing a D10 +12. 18.
Whoa.
You launch your little psychic doom bolt and just take. You rolled a 73 to hit. You just there's like he's there, and then if you've seen the Punisher when Carl Weathers gets hit by the Punisher's little laser beam, and there's just a giant explosion, and like as I hit that, like there's just the hole just boom punched through him, And he goes down screaming. That's what just happened.
Whoa. 1 for the Raven.
Now roll me a D100. He's about to regret this.
42.
Right, so you're at you are at that plus. $15? Because you unfettered, you're always at plus 10, but at this you add the plus 5. I'm assuming that's on top, just to make it fun. So 42 plus 15 is a 57. Now here's the deal. Yes, this is great. This is my favorite one. With his Magister class, he's unaffected by phenomena.
Oh yeah.
Everyone else is. So, Davanax and the cultists that are hiding behind you guys all feel the sudden moment of weightlessness grip you, and you guys, and your feet leave the ground, and you start to rise and lift into the air.
I'm already off the ground.
Why?
I'm already floating because I have maglev.
You have to say you're activating that.
You got me there.
Yeah. So you start lifting off the ground. I will let you make a agility test. If you pass the agility test, you can activate the maglev. But otherwise, no.
I will do just that. That's an 81.
Okay. So you don't. You're just a little confused as you start lifting, and all the guys behind you are just like, ah, 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 and you guys lift about 8 meters in the air. And then the weightlessness stops, and you just blam. You guys are going to take a little bit of damage from falling.
Like, how many blocks did we just fall?
You fell 7 blocks.
Yeah, that is 3 hearts. 7 whole blocks. I'm just saying.
3 or 3.5?
I don't know. I haven't actually played.
So I've got
in a
good news
while,
and bad
so-
news. You take 15 points of damage from falling.
Sick vape, bro.
Minus your toughness, not your armor. Good job. Are you proud of yourself?
11.
I am proud of myself, regardless of the consequences.
So what are you at? 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had 5 minions with you. What's up?
Does my mechanical body land on any of the minions?
No. They were all behind you guys.
Oh, that's fair.
So there's a little bit of a splatting. Like, you just do your bolt, and then you see this guy start lifting in the air, and all the screaming, and then they all just fall, and you just hear bump, bump, splat, splat, bump. And it's quiet for a moment for you, and he's just grumbling and like, what the ever loving, blah, 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 blah. And then you just hear from behind you, one guy is just like, I can't feel my legs. And you turn, and you just look over, and if you glance back, there's one of the cultists is still alive because he's lying on the body of one of his buddies, and he definitely has a bit of a spinal breakage, middle of his there. Yeah, the other 4 just dead. One like fell and like got impaled on a random pole. Carnage everywhere.
Can I say we need a medic?
No. We need the harm assist.
Yeah, this is a time when we should point out the medic of this group is corn-aligned.
And is dumb as
And
box
is
of
not
bricks.
very intelligent. But I do have a med kit, so that helps.
Do you have the Medicaid skill?
I have it at a plus 10, so I actually...
He's rolling on
yeah.
like a 25. Like,
No,
that's-
I'm actually rolling on a 61
Your
for
intelligence is
Medicaid.
that high?
31 plus
Oh,
20
plus all
for
the medic
medkit
stuff, yeah.
plus 10 for medikit.
Yep,
so
acceptable.
61.
All right. So anyway, so so we get back to you, and you shoot one of the guys down, and then Autogun goes off behind you and the other guy drops. And then you just see the third guy, you're going to take aim at him, and the giant hole just gets punched in his chest and he just, like falls over down.
I am sad that I did not kill him, but I am glad he's dead anyways, and it was a pretty brutal death, so I'm pretty happy about that.
There are still some of the scavengers are kind of like, they're all just like, the menials are all just disappearing in the woodwork, metalwork. There's like one or two that are like hiding behind the grab sled, which the grab sled's not activated, so it's just resting on the ground. But you can definitely hear them because you're pretty close-ish enough, and they're just sitting there like screaming like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Emperor, God Emperor, what you gonna do?
Do I kill them or do I try to take them as like prisoners?
It's chaos, we don't do prisoners.
Yes, but I don't like carrying things. I'm a lazy bastard, so...
Well, that's what your 5 cultists are for.
Right. Okay, that's true. I don't know that they're all dead. So... can I see them from where I am? Because they're hiding behind cover.
You
so
can
that's not
probably
gonna-
try to zing off like the top of a dude's scalp.
You know what? I'm just gonna run up. I'm just gonna do a run action and run up to him. Run up near them. Because I'm
Okay.
not gonna be able to hit them reasonably at that range. Plus, I want a melee kill even though I don't have a melee weapon.
Yeah.
I want to bash somebody's face
So
in,
you're gonna do a run action and get up there.
Yeah, run and like 4 or 5 meters away so
Yeah.
I can charge next turn. All that fun stuff.
Yep.
If you lay so much as a finger on the grav sled, you're a dead man.
I'm sorry, I can't hear over the sound of you grumbling as you're picking yourself up off the ground. Pass the mic over.
Angry binaric screeching.
10001.
Yeah.
Now, did I hear them start being pitiful little squirmy worms?
The dead cultist, I think.
The ones hiding.
Yeah, you hear them. You're closer than he is.
All right, I
You-
lost interest.
You actually are in charge range of them.
No, I lost interest.
Okay. So what are you
They're
gonna
not
do?
worthy.
What are you gonna do?
He can deal with it.
Yeah, but it's your
Yeah.
turn. What are you gonna do? Just butcher a corpse?
No, I'm just gonna go and like search the bodies. They're not worth killing.
You're searching the body in the middle of a possible combat scenario. I love it when you guys give me gifts. All right, what are you gonna do, sir, Davanax, as you're picking yourself up off the ground and looking at all the remnants of the dudes that were with you guys?
I will dust off my robes to the best of my ability with my mechadendrites, and I will approach the grav sled.
Okay, so you're still pretty far away, so you're just gonna walk.
I will walk
full move towards it.
Right.
Okay, cool. So then, end of round, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk over to the cultist that's screaming. He is not worthy to live. And then kick him really hard
You're just gonna kick him?
with my peg leg.
Okay, so peg leg Belroth over there, for reference. It was a good time to plug this because I forgot to. Special thing about Black Crusade is mutations are much more of a thing. And these guys, of course, all start with mutations, some more than others, because the advanced classes start with yes corruption. So let me actually start real quick and tell people what the mutation is and like what it looks like on you guys.
So I'm gonna start with just give them all of them.
Yeah, just like what you have, and then what it looks like, so they have a general idea. So like, you know, if you're talking about kicking someone, there's a difference between kicking someone and kicking someone with a Slayer Limb Force Staff.
Yeah. So I have a Slayer Limb Force Staff, and it is on my right leg. I have a tail, guys. I totally do.
Nightcrawler tail.
It's awesome. Then I have the Icon of Blasphemy. It's hidden in my elbow. So just do that and they run off.
Nice tumor.
Thanks, bro.
Fast over.
So I have a pretty cool one actually. It's called the Illusions of Normalcy. Basically, to people who are not have no like psychic potential, I just look like a pretty much normal dude. I look like the person I was before I got this thing. But to those who have psychic potential and do notice this, I look absolutely horrifying. I'm assuming because I'm corn-aligned, it's probably like blood coming out of every orifice of my face.
Well, you
all
don't
kinds of
have any.
fucks.
You don't have any mutations right now that do that.
No.
No,
'cause if they notice the illusions of normalcy, if they see through it, that's what they see.
You know, they'd see whatever else you have. So like right now, since you have no other mutations, it doesn't do anything to you. But like if you get horns, for example, as a mutation, they're not going
Okay.
to see the horns.
Okay.
Now you
I
might be covered in
misread
blood
that.
anyways because you're
Well,
just cornate.
true,
I mean,
true.
you probably just
Blood is
like
always fun.
have like a little blood bath every morning.
good
Except
for
for when you're walking
exfoliating
through
the
the
skin.
refuse drift and your scout can't get you to a combat. Dirty glare. But yeah, no. So once he starts getting actual mutations, people can't tell
Yeah,
that he
I
has
see.
mutations. It's also the benefit of you always look like the least threatening person in the party.
Yep.
So I have 3 gifts of the gods.
No.
Infernal Will.
Oh, gee, Billy, why do you get 3 gifts?
I'm super special. So, yeah. Infernal Will basically. Wow.
He's reading. Takes cornate players a while.
So if it's I could when I do a skill test based off of a corn-aligned skill, I can adjust it. Roll up equal to my corruption bonus.
Okay.
And I also have Nerveless, which means I don't really feel anything. And for being corn, I get to reduce the when I get critical damage on me, I get to reduce the amount by my corruption bonus.
Nice.
And then projectile attack, so I spit acid.
Flaming acid? for
Flaming
one?
acid, yes.
Fire breather.
As a heretic, I have the gift of a mechanoid, which means that by the will of the gods, my flesh has fused with my metal components.
The living incarnation of the flesh is weak.
Yes.
Mars would be horrified and proud. Uncomfortable boner. Yep. Don't give me that look.
So about ending this poor cultist life, just ruining his career.
So back into the game. So when he says he's kicking this guy, he's kicking him with a force staff. Squish. Okay, so effectively then all the armed opponents are dead. You come around the corner and there's just 2 little menials that are literally just curled up in balls, crying and screaming. They're so dirty and emaciated and just look like crap that you honestly can't tell if they're male, female, whatever. They just look like trash. And they very much don't want to be dead.
The problem with that is I very much want them to be dead. So, I am going to introduce them to my good friend called the back of my rifle. And,
That's not a very clean way to do it.
no, but I'm not a very clean person. I mean, we're cultists. We're literally in a pile of shit right now, so.
All right, so roll me 2 D100s, 1 for each one. Don't roll.
42
Okay, cool.
and 16.
Good, your gun doesn't break.
That would have been fun.
Just break. Just the
'Cause I don't
butts.
have another weapon, so.
Well, these dead guys had weapons.
That's true.
All right. So that's what you were doing. Meanwhile, the one guy who didn't get to kill anyone, pass the mic. You said you were gonna search the body.
Yep.
All right. What are you looking for?
Anything of value. What kind of weapons they got?
They have las locks.
Alright,
They have
don't
like
want those.
single shot las weapons where like they put the battery pack in, fire it, eject it, pull the next battery pack in. These are like homemade, like Fallout 4 laser musket, but worse.
I have no interest in those.
Yeah,
I shall
surprisingly.
move along.
Yeah.
I assume you want to do something.
Roll me to 100 though. Real quick.
86.
Okay, yeah, never mind. You find literally nothing useful.
As a heretic, I realize that these are Laslocks, and
They're homemade. They're not Mars
they're
made.
they're
They're
very
not
poor
Mechanicus
quality.
made. They are trash.
And as such, I'm still making a straight line towards the grav.
Yep.
Grab sled. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so most of the, let's say there's 4 containers on there, 1 in each quarter. 3 of them are closed. 1 of them is still open. Just a cursory glance inside, it looks like they are just any kind of wiring or of any kind of wiring, anything that looks like it's like a motherboard or anything computerized of any sort or cogitatorized. That's what that's what this one's full of. The other 3 have little basic key locks on them, like digital locks.
I'm not too interested. Well, I guess probably should try and take a look in.
Couldn't hurt to open it.
Right. I do believe I have security.
And the combi tool helps too.
Right. So.
Yeah, you do have security?
Yes.
All right.
I have security plus 10.
Okay, so you're going to roll a security test. The combi tool would give you a plus 10.
Okay. So this will be a plus 20.
Yeah.
That is a 59.
Pass?
I'm sorry, 56.
I should say also you have another plus 20 because these are very simple. Like.
Right. I do believe that'll be a pass then.
Okay, cool. So you open the first one, and it is full of essentially just like copper. Anything that has copper on it. And it's not necessarily clean. It's like if they find like a chunk of something that has copper wire sticking out, they just put the whole thing in there.
Okay.
So it's
Next
one.
rolled. Yep. That's an 88. So, indeed.
Would that have been a pass though, with the plus 40 total?
Plus 40 to.
That's combi tool, security plus 10.
Right.
Easy.
Yeah, should be.
It should be or is? Like, what's your intelligence?
Oh, then yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
63.
Security is intelligence, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you pop this one open, and you find a bunch of random junk, but you do find what looks like the hilt of a sword that's got like a nice little like guard on it, and there's like this much of a blade on top of the cross guard, and there's a nice boxy little thing sitting there that's connected to the blade, and it looks like there was like, with the tiny bit of blade that's there's like a couple little like super fine wires that were going up along the length of the blade. Roll me a trade armor at plus 30.
That's a 73.
With plus 30, that's probably
Plus
still pass.
30, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like the hilt of a very old broken power sword.
I'll definitely be keeping that.
Yeah, you thumb the switch and it kind of sparks a little bit, but
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last box? Yeah, 29.
more copper wires.
Okay.
But there's a grab sled.
Right. Can I try and turn it on?
Yeah, it turns on.
Okay.
And it's a push sled, but at least it.
Yeah.
Pass the mic over. Now that you guys, now that you're certain that there are no cultists left.
Well, realizing I just murdered someone about 40
you didn't
meters
murder
away.
someone. You put him
I
out of his
mean-
misery. He was hurting.
Not that fool, the other one. The one with the hole in his chest.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go search his body because I don't know what anyone else has pulled off these guys.
Okay. So as you're moving up there, so you turn around to go put the one guy, and you see he's trying to loot the bodies. So you go over. Roll me a perception to see if there's anything good.
45. That is a 1 degree of failure.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really find anything super useful. I mean, they've got their broken, crappy little locks. They've got they've each got like a club. One of them is literally just a pipe. One of them is a wrench, etc. And a couple of them have like a fistful of script, which would be just the generic whatever counts as currency down there. There's not one currency down here. It's a bunch of little things that are more or less accepted as currency. So like, you find effectively a couple bucks worth of coinage equivalent. That's about it.
Well, I'm gonna grab the coinage and one of the Lazlocks, for I have no ranged weapons.
Okay, so here's the deal. You ready to write this down?
Oh yes, I am.
So this effectively is a las carbine. The range is 70. It's a crappy las carbine, I should know. It's single shot only. It's S/dash/dash under rate of fire. Does D10 plus 1. Type is E. Clip is 1. Pen is 0. Reload, half action. So H, half, whatever. Special rules. It is, what's the term here? I gotta look this up. Well, it's poor quality, so you have -10 to use it. Base. And then it has a, it's scavenged, so you lose the reliable quality. It's unreliable, which is part of being poor quality anyways. And if you ever roll an unmodified 100, it just falls apart in your hand.
I'm down with that.
Yep.
Do I find how much ammo do I get?
You
off
have like
these guys?
5 clips.
That's all
five
I
packs.
need.
Cells, yeah. Yeah, they're like little D batteries. Yeah, it's not real lasgun packs.
So I actually was rereading my special rule, and it is after the first 2 days, every day you take the test, but I did pass my test, so I did not go down another 5 intelligence.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. So this is the end of day 3, so now it's day 4.
He didn't kill anybody.
No, he didn't.
Here we go again.
So do your willpower test first.
It also gets steadily worse until I kill someone,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm at a base willpower roll right here. It's a fail, so we go down another 5 intelligence, perception, and fellowship.
This is beautiful.
It's going pretty good so far.
All right, so at this point, you guys decide to take the grav sled, and no one asks what happened to the 5 dudes. Everyone just accepts the fact that they're dead. Whatever, no loss.
Wait, so who's still alive at this point?
You 4.
NPCs? Anybody else?
Nope.
I wanted somebody to push my grav sled.
Well,
Guess you better start pushing.
I mean, if you had a utility mechadendrite, you could just grab it with a claw and drag it after you.
I do, so.
You took the optical mechadendrite, unless you bought the other one.
The combi, I want to say I had the utility. Oh no,
You had the knowledge.
You have the the know how to use it. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to push your own grav sled.
I have a server arm too, so.
Yeah, so you can drag it. Are you taking the containers with you?
Yeah.
It's not gonna slow it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Krabby Pants over here.
Would you actually like to point out to me that you took some damage and would have like, a couple band-aids? Well, are you good? Because I don't know this, right? So.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen it.
To the extent that your bitch stickers are able to heal my mechanoid flesh, yes.
I don't know what that means. So.
What did you just?
I just rolled an intelligence and it was an 88. So
He
Corn
doesn't
Corn
need
is
healing.
happy, but
He does not need healing.
okay, so he doesn't need healing.
Yeah, no, he's fine. You
All right.
you don't need to worry about it.
I mean, I wasn't worried, but sure.
Yeah, so you
I will also add, I'm actually okay with him leading the party again because he did let me kill someone. So I'm a happy boy now. Carry on.
Beautiful.
Let's all remember, if I get down to a certain point, one of you guys is dying. Just saying, might have to attack somebody. I need to kill.
Defeating oneself is always the height of self-realization.
I'm the center of the universe.
You are-
I don't think you understand this.
You are the most worthy opponent that you know.
But you're all out to get me. And I'm
Yeah,
the center
but that's
of the
my
universe.
point. Is if you need to kill something, if you defeat yourself, you're the most worthy. You are the most worthy opponent you're ever going to find because you're the center of the universe.
I'm the end boss, sir. Okay.
You're kind of like the cornate demon prince that's forced to battle orcs that resurrect every day in the Eye of Terror because Korn thinks it's funny to harass his own followers. That's who you are right now.
Yeah.
It is funny.
I'm good with that.
Yep. While I'm doing this, because I need someone to look this up, can you look up, one of you two look up natural healing for me? Like, the natural healing rate. He's critically injured, so I'm assuming that's like the fair side. Not for critical. I think for lightly. So if you can figure out wherever that is. Okay, so yeah, just figure out whatever it is if you can find healing on there.
It's under combat.
Yeah. So anyway, point being, you guys are going to start going again. Yes, Seth can look it up. Dave, roll your navigate surface test. See how well you do.
We'll try this with a +10 again.
Mm-hmm.
That's still fair. That was 2 degrees of pass, sir.
You've made me so proud this day. So you are able to piece together. Lightly wounded. How? Because he has hardy, so he always counts as light.
Lightly damaged character removes 1 damage per day through natural healing.
So you heal 1 wound so far. So you're able to find your way back down. It helps that the scavenging team left little markers to guide themselves back, because it's easy to get lost in the refuse drift, apparently. And
See, I knew what I was doing the whole time.
yeah, you just had to find a party to kill.
Exactly.
To find your way out. Yeah. They came in from the north though. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I knew exactly where I was going. I was going right back. I needed to go.
Yeah.
Like I know where people are.
Yeah. No, so you guys find your way out of the refuse drift and get back into like civilization, which again is still pretty far spread out and pretty grungy. But you guys get out of the refuse drift and you find like one of the little trade hubs, which is basically the places where the scavengers go and try to sell stuff. Did you want to get rid of any of the stuff on your grab sled? See if you can make a buck.
I'll see about getting rid of the boxes. They're of no use to me.
Okay.
I obviously have the power sword
Yep.
on my person.
Does anyone here have commerce? I'm assuming no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the guy who's not here right now does have it, but obviously that doesn't help. Roll me a D100.
That's 83.
You aren't really able to find anyone who is willing. So you're trying to basically sell it in a rush. Like, hey, I want to sell something. Go, and no one's really willing to buy any of it without looking through it and trying to haggle, and you don't have time for that. So you end up just keeping everything.
Okay.
Unless you want to just leave it in a puddle somewhere.
I'll hold on to it for now. The real thing is the grab sled.
Yeah. And I mean, you could always put more stuff. These things can hold a lot of weight.
My maglev's also on, so it's just, the whole thing is just floating. I'd like to point that out.
Your maglev only lasts so long.
As often as I can.
Yeah. You got to recharge your batteries.
Damn.
Yeah. I think it literally only lasts for like, what is it, a couple minutes? I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like D10 minutes. It's like how long it lasts, like, or if that. You just roll a 1. Yeah. Yeah. It's like every like hour, he's like, I can float for like 60 seconds. Yeah. So you guys are going to, as you get kind of into more like the civilized area and start working your way through, you're able to get from like little township area to township area without much trouble. Nothing really goes badly wrong, except for that 99 that I just rolled. But you eventually start hearing from, like, it's going to be about another 2 or 3 days. I'm going to, you rolled me just a D100.
That's a 50.
Ah, perfectly even. So,
Yo.
going from area to area, there's obviously a lot. There are a lot of kind of grifters and travelers and people that just are always running around, and people with bad reputations and stuff. And as you're finding places to stay, like closest thing to like a tavern or whatever you can find that'll give you somewhere to stay where you guys can not get stabbed in the back, or at least look for the people that'll stab you in the back. You're able to pick a few fights, kill some dudes, and self-defense or not giving a crap about self-defense or whatever. You're able to kill some people. You're back on track. You guys, let's say, get run out of one little area. No one really takes damage. You're gonna heal, let's say 3.
Yeah, 7.
as I gotta go find my dice that I just dropped. Hold on. Without knocking anything over. Here it is. But unfortunately, as you guys start going towards the art cache area, you guys start hearing some rumors that a very unfriendly and obnoxious group has started to work their way into the zone 3 again. These guys are known as the Redemptionists. They're a cult of Imperials, like a fire-breathing zealots, and just total douchebags. That every few years there'll be like a little pogrom that they start where they're just like, we're gonna kill all the non-believers and go down into the zone 3 and just murder a bunch of people. Usually they set them on fire because they like setting things on fire. Most of them are probably just arsonists. Anyway, they've started spilling into zone 3 again because some moron decided that it was time for a good purge. And that's a thing. You guys are very much not fans of the Redemptionists. No one's a fan of the Redemptionists. Those rare missionaries that come down here every once in a while, those people aren't fans. Like, no one's a fan of the Redemptionists. Most the people that do know them would generally argue that they're not even really worshippers of the God Emperor. They're just a bunch of douchebags that want to set people on fire, and found a way to do it legally. I don't know what I just said, but I hate that.
So I heard purge.
Yeah, you wanna. They come in giant mobs. You probably want to avoid them unless you've got numbers on your side.
Purge.
Let's start a riot. They brought flamers. Yeah. You guys.
How big are these packs normally?
Hundreds of people in a mob. Yeah, you're not dumb. You're just.
Yeah.
Well, you are dumb.
No.
You almost started at intelligence 16.
I'm cautious about surviving though.
Yeah. You
I am the
you
center
don't
of
like
the
your
universe.
chances. I need everyone to roll me a D100. This is the last day before you guys get to the art cache. I just want to see if anything interesting happens. Just fingers, or just tell me what you got.
37.
37.
27.
27.
23.
23.
45.
So he rolled highest, he rolled lowest. Okay. You actually are able to find someone who's willing to buy some of your stuff. I'm assuming you. What do you want to do with the power sword? He'll keep that. Okay. Everything else is good to go.
Yep.
You're able to make a decent amount of money off it, and because money's not counted in here, just make a note that you have a little. You've got a little cash baby or something. You've got some moolah in your pocket that'll come up later. You find out that at the art cache, like the outpost itself, some of that's apparently where the Redemptionists are coming into Zone 3 from. Is that they apparently made a deal with the Guilders, or whoever's like the main leader made a deal with the Guilders, and that's actually where they're stationed out of. And they're not there a lot, but like anyone who's trickling in to join the purge is coming in through there. So not only are the Guilders there, which are decently armed and armored, and prepare and defend like smart, you've got a bunch of morons that like setting things on fire.
So I'm the only one who knows this.
I mean, you could tell everyone else, but like from hearing rumors and talking to people,
Hey guys, I got some bad news for y'all. I hope y'all are ready. So, these Redemptionists, what these natives are calling them, are where we're going.
You just say the natives. You are a native.
Listen here, boy. I know. But I'm above them.
Acceptable.
So, yeah, guys. What are we going to do about that?
You guys also, for reference, before you say anything, you guys don't know anything yet about the caravan. You haven't been able to find out anything about that yet. So.
Okay, so this is a special occasion because I just passed an intelligence test. So I had an idea. Okay? I had an idea, guys. And hear me out on this one. If they have an angry mob, we get ourselves an angry mob.
We are an angry mob.
Do you have logic?
Okay, there's 4 of us, so not really a mob. I like where you're going. I like where you're going.
Yo,
But we need a little more mob in this angry mob. You know, you get what I'm saying?
You got logic?
Nah.
I'm not sure when a corn character gets logic.
Anyone who
Why
has
would I?
logic, roll me a logic test on this one.
I'm assuming the tech boy has logic of some kind.
We can only hope.
I got a 31.
You got a 31? Is that a pass? You do have logic? I'm proud of you.
Indeed.
Yeah. That's a 24.
Alright, so you pass as well. You cannot outmob the Redemptionists. They will just keep coming, and they're just like, they might as well send up a signal flare like the fancy hatchet gang. You know, they shoot a little pop like firecracker, and like hundreds just come out from everywhere. They're just gonna keep coming. Yeah.
So, Joachim, I have approximate knowledge for a lot of things.
No, he doesn't.
That's not gonna work.
No.
So, I mean, I do just want to add, I would have had a second idea, but I did not pass that intelligence test, so did not have an even better idea. Unfortunately, that's all I got. That's all I got.
I passed mine because I studied the machine. But anyway, we could always try and sneak in with the grav sled and a crate in the classic have somebody push like people in a container and they just think it's cargo. Like classic, like Scooby-Doo levels of simple. How this man has stealth is beyond
It's a
me.
mystery. That is beyond science.
Both of our corn players actually have stealth. I don't understand what universe we're in, but we do. So,
Everyone knows that corn is very stealthy, okay?
I mean, once you kill something, it can't make noise, right?
Exactly.
Door fighting logic.
No, sneak logic.
Let's count the door fighting against me.
Yeah, that's true. Once you fight a door, you are forever the door fighter. I mean, yeah, you could try to sneak in. You guys also though need to find out if you actually need to sneak in. Because if the caravan's not in the Ark cache, there's no reason to go into the Ark cache.
So, guys.
But it would be much more entertaining if you tried to.
Oh, indeed. How about we just do a stakeout and watch it for a day or two? See if anything's coming in or out.
My optical mechadendrite supports this action.
I'm so glad you don't have a servo skull. All right. Any other people up for staking out and looking around, waiting, or does someone want to try to outmob the biggest mob?
I mean, I still think mobs are pretty cool. I like mosh pits, so that's fun. But he convinced me it's actually not a good idea. So
Okay.
I don't have any other ideas. Might as well go with his.
Gotcha. Oh, that's what I was looking at. All right, so you guys were talking about the angry mob, and I was trying to remember why that sounded familiar in a video game. Command & Conquer Generals, getting the angry mob as the GLA.
That is a good game. That's some nostalgia right there.
Yeah.
Love
All I
that
can
game.
think of is Ninja Turtles and the Foot Clan coming out of the sewers everywhere.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. All right.
Yep. I mean, there are 4 of you right now. You got the tech guy. You've got
There's two angry.
the tech guy. There's the one, like, salty, angry dude. There's the goofball who thinks he's smarter than he is. And then there's just the leader who doesn't actually lead but claims to be the leader.
The blue guy.
The blue guy. Yes. Perfect. Good lord. Alright, so you guys are going to stake out a day or two. Now, here's the one thing about that.
We don't learn anything.
No. You don't want to be out here too long, because if he starts needing to kill people, if people start dying around the Ark cache, the guilders are going to get notified. So you don't want to be here too long. A day or two is fine, but you don't want to push it. So here's anyone who has inquiry. Roll me an inquiry test. Please tell me someone has that. I mean, I don't know why you even looked.
I have Intimidate.
Well, guys, I rolled a 67. What does this go off of?
Well, look at what inquiry does.
Inquiry. Which is
There. Oh no, this is the one that's not like there it is.
there it is.
It's off your fellowship, so failed by a lot.
I fell by a lot, yeah.
So all right, so do you have any kind of social skills? Deceive, charm, command, intimidate.
I have command and
sucky,
intimidate.
sucky. You can try to intimidate or command people to tell you. Well, intimidate would.
How? Okay. Black Crusade's different. All right.
What are you
Intimidate's a
looking-
willpower based.
Well, there are alternate options. That's the standard one, but depending on how you want to intimidate can change it. I mean, the resist is willpower, but if you're trying to strong arm somebody with your non-existent melee weapon, you could be like, "Rawr, I'm gonna beat you with my last gun."
I mean, that works.
So you can strength test to intimidate somebody.
Strength test. Why
Flip a
not?
table,
Failed by 1 actually.
break your arm flipping the table. No, so you just try to intimidate some people for information, but everyone you talk to is like, I mean, sure, you're scary, but like, there's a lot more of them over there, and I'm more scared of them than I am of you.
Those people insulted me. I don't like that. Can I just kill those people?
You can, if you want to start killing people right on the doorstep of the guilders.
Okay, let's.
While
You
while
know
you
what?
agonize over that,
I'm not gonna be that guy to the party.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that.
I appreciate that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Pass it over. We like to have more than one session campaign here. Do you have any kind of intimidate, interrogate, anything like that? You want to try?
Trying to figure out.
We'll figure it out fast.
I shall command them to tell me where it is,
Okay.
or where they.
So you're gonna be at a -10 on the command because they're not allies, but otherwise, yeah.
So what you're saying is intimidate.
Sure. Yeah. That's better.
What's your strength?
48.
You're gonna be intimidating.
That's not
different
fair. He's slightly higher than me. I shall have to intimidate better.
people. Did you just pass?
Yep.
Literally just. Is that exact pass
Yes.
or by like
Yes, it is. It is an exact
a
pass.
45 on 45?
Yup.
All right. Now they gotta see if they resist.
They do.
No, you're able to. So you go asking if any caravans have come, and roll me a intelligence test real quick. Only because of how badly you've been doing.
God.
I'm gonna ask a corn player to roll intelligence. I failed by 5 points.
Okay.
1 degree.
So you go to intimidate people to tell you what kind of caravans have been coming in and out. You just don't necessarily know how to describe the one you're looking for. So you get people to tell you, hey, there are caravans coming in and out. You kind of forget to ask whether or not they're coming from up hive or down hive. So there have only been 2 caravans in the past week. You don't remember, but they didn't know or you didn't get the information whether they came from up or below.
But see, I accomplished my goal. I did a good job.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Maybe if somebody else had tried doing it and didn't fail.
Maybe if somebody. I'm hearing a whole lot of trying to deflect here. All right, pass it off.
No deflection.
You are the deflection.
I guess I'll try and roll. I have high intelligence, but I have no.
So if you try to do any of those untrained, it's -20.
Minus 20.
That's still about where I am because that's a 30 something.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
43. That's higher than me.
Yeah.
Is your fellowship not awful, or is it awful?
No. Yeah, no. I'd be rolling a 13.
On what?
At minus 20. My
Oh,
fellowship's
for your
33.
fellowship stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try and see if you get anything. Or do you have any kind of auspex gear or anything like that that would help?
Well, I have the optical
That helps
mechadendrite.
to see, but like any kind of like scanner that could detect weird things.
Weapon tech, total recall, utility.
No, because you can actually buy an Auspex. Oh, you can get an Auspex Cybernetic.
I do actually have an MIU and a scrap code generator.
Neither of those are really going to help. Actually, yeah. So
I have that, and I have
Yeah.
a data slate as well.
no. Just roll me an intelligence test.
That is a
Yep.
pass.
Okay. Now, so you're able to piece together from watching with optical mechadendrite and looking that well, the 2 days you're here, it looks like you don't see any caravans come through. But it also looks like there's a bit of agitation inside the art cache outpost. Something is out of the ordinary there, and it's not the Redemptionists.
All right. I'll relay this to the other party members.
All right, so 2 days. I've already told you what you've healed. And at the end of day 2, if you guys wait another day, he's going to have to start taking tests. What you found out is that only 2 caravans have gotten into/out of the art cache in the past week. Looking a little agitated. No other real information.
If they're agitated, something's going on. I think we could try and sneak in.
Can we try sneaking it in from above?
You could.
I think
You're going to need like about 100 meters worth of drop harness.
well,
on the
I
road.
don't think I have that much. So that might be a no-go, guys. I can only carry things so far.
So what you're saying is you let him down 50 feet, then let him maglev down and get inside and open the gate. What could possibly go wrong there? Or as Redhead Ethan says, this is where I die.
So, as per my space magic states, with mind over matter, I could, if I use it on somebody, if probably weighing too much,
Weighs way too much.
yeah,
And
they
you
float slowly to the ground.
slowly.
What's the definition of slowly?
Well, let's put it this way. You can carry, the range of it is 5 meters times your psi rating.
Fair enough. Point proven.
So technically, you too could go down 50 meters. He could drop with a maglev, and then you could mind over matter him for a little bit. Assuming you weigh less than 40 or 50 kilos, which you probably kilograms, yeah.
I do have a grapple.
But you guys might be overthinking this.
Yeah, probably.
It's my job. I am the sorcerer.
You're supposed to come up with the solution.
I'm trying my best.
My job here is done. You didn't do anything.
I'm sorry, your intelligence isn't 63. You're not allowed to overthink.
When his intelligence is that low, any thinking is overthinking.
Damn you right.
All right. Anyway, what are you guys gonna do?
Did everybody think to
I mean,
check out the ones that came in?
The what's that came in?
Caravans that came
the
in?
two
They
caravans.
came in the
yeah.
past week. They were
Oh, okay.
they didn't come
Yeah.
in while you guys were here. Now none of you guys have approached the or the actual outpost itself. You don't necessarily want to approach the outpost, but that is an option. Or you guys can try to do a little more searching.
So at a vague, well, yeah. So I guess with the Redemptionists in there, it's going to be too much for us to deal with. Right.
There's probably there's already like at least a dozen or so dedicated guards in the outpost that actually have like flak armor and las guns, and a bunch, at least half of them are probably actually former PDF or something.
I mean, this is true. However, blood for the blood god. So If y'all
You
don't have
know-
any better
You
ideas.
don't know him as the blood god. You know him as the
True.
god of war.
The Hound likes to feast on the bones of the weak,
Yes.
so I can provide.
They are
said
not
bones.
weak compared to you, though.
Yeah, true. However, I can still kill people, and the Hound is pleased by death. So,
That
if
is-
you guys don't have any ideas, that's where I'm going.
I can use some of the money I got for selling that junk to obtain a large crate to fit the 3 of you, and then push it in, and if somebody approaches me, I can screech in binary at them, wave my data slate around, and look like I'm doing something important.
I mean, that is. Do you have deceive?
No.
If you had deceive, that would be a viable option. That being said, you could use that money to bribe people. These guys aren't Puritan. Like, the Guilders aren't Puritans. They're a bunch of money-grubbing, richer people.
All right.
Not rich, but richer than you. But
I think that's probably the way to go then. If we can avoid the, zealots, and yeah.
yeah, okay. So, everyone roll me a D100. All right, what did you, just tell me what you get. 51.
68.
68.
85.
85.
92.
What was the lowest roll? A 50-something?
51.
We going back.
We're strong here, boys.
We going back.
Just,
We linked.
79.
Terry. 40.
nah, don't worry, if you ever played a double chain sword wielding assassin who rolls straight 1s and 2s on damage for 3 consecutive sessions, that's when you know pain. Yeah, it's rough.
That door last.
We don't talk about that door. Anyway, so you guys are gonna, you go looking around to try to find someone to bribe, and you end up spending a little more, about half of your cash on people that end up giving you nothing useful, or they know a guy who knows a guy and no one ever, and they just keep leading you on, etc. You do this over the course of a day. Roll me your willpower test.
Pass.
Okay, you are fine for now. But roughly at the end of the 3rd-ish day, which by the way you heal another wound, you have the opportunity that arises of you see one of the Guilder. He's not really an official, like a nerd scribe official, but he's like he's one of the hired guns who's mildly intelligent enough that they give him some duties. And he's at one of the local drinking holes with one of the other Guilder guards getting blazed. And specifically blazed Obscura, or whatever grunge Obscura they can produce here. And you do hear collectively, you guys find out from overhearing and giving people money that overheard, that apparently they are waiting for a shipment that was supposed to arrive about 3 or 4 days ago and still hasn't shown up yet. And it was coming from Downhive. And he's waiting for it to show up because he's slated to be one of the guards that escorts it back up, so he can get out of this crap hole and get to a slightly less crappy outpost, where they might actually have like real fiber bar food, like a nutrition bar with fake cranberries as opposed to like just sludge.
So we're back to murder hobo.
We're back to using the microphone, hobo.
Murder hobo?
I mean, you could murder hobo, but what are you gonna murder hobo?
Well, I mean, we'll go find.
Go find the
Set of
caravan? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Anybody know how we're getting down?
So it's not like there's an elevator shaft on the Arc Cache. It's just the ways up lead through there. It's the checkpoint, so you can go down without having to go through the Arc Cache.
Got it.
Cool. So you guys are gonna go hunt? Sweet. So again, you guys are there at the Arc Cache. It was coming out of the path that they would have taken. From what you're able to piece together is here, this is one of the core, like the the hive cores, where like it's one of the hive stacks where all the generators and refineries are. So that's based, you know, and for reference, in a hive, there's usually civilization and the underhive is clustered around these heat stacks, because that's where all the heat that comes down from all the power plants and janitoriums naturally heats the bottom of the hive. So they would have stuck close to that because there's a little more civilization there, a little more people, and it's a little more organized. So you'd be going down that way, and that's no problem. Realistically, it's going to be about 1 to 2 days of searching is what you guys think it'll take before you find this convoy. Do you guys want to try to get any more information or just go? Just thumb up, thumb down. Thumb up if you're going. Just go. Sweet. All right, cool. Make it easy. You guys take off. Navigate surface. At a -10 because you don't know this area.
Would I be able to use survival?
Sure. I mean, it's the same stat, isn't it?
No.
What?
Perception.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's fine.
I still fail.
I'm glad you switched. Not that it matters. So, because none of you guys are familiar with this area, you are going down and you're making some progress, but you don't really know the paths here and the right ones, so you kind of get turned around, do a couple dead ends, little skirmishes. You're able to kill somebody, so you're happy. For reference, guys with guns, we're just going to say you're down one clip. You, I'm assuming, are being very careful with your ammo, so let's say you used... You've got 1 cell left. Everyone roll me a base perception test, though. Anyone pass? Anyone have corruption 21 or higher?
Dave's at 20.
Do you want to re-roll this?
Nice meat.
Way worse.
Okay. Heal 2 more wounds because 2 days pass from the time you leave the guild or the art cache. Yeah, we're gonna take a 15 here in a second. Roll another perception test.
Do I notice anything because of my extreme paranoia?
No.
Okay.
Pass or fail.
Smart boy right here got a 14.
You're using your eyes. That's not smart. That's.
I mean, it stands.
Okay. You want to see some irony, by the way? I also rolled a 14, but you don't know what my dice roll was for. You guys find the convoy on the second day, and we're gonna take a break because, yeah, we're right in the middle. 2 hours in. So we're gonna take a 15, be back at 1:20. All right. So yeah, so you guys find the caravan. You guys are on a catwalking area, looking around, looking down, and you guys find one of the main roads there is what looks like a couple enclosed grav sleds. So basically just the grav sled with like a little top, and an actual car. I mean, it's more of like a tracked vehicle, but it's technically a car. That's probably the Gilder caravan. You're far enough away that like you don't really see details, but you can see that it's there. You also see bodies on the road around the vehicles and the sleds.
With my extreme paranoia, do I notice anything in particular?
Glad you asked, sir, because that's what that 14 that I rolled was for. You don't see anything that immediately stands out to you, as like there's no one moving at the site. But you do see another group approaching the caravan from the other direction. They're on the same level as this. You're like slightly above it.
Well, I'm going to relay that information.
Enemy spotted.
They're living, so they must be enemies.
You said we're on a catwalk.
Yeah.
How far?
About 10 meters.
Grapnel line.
Yeah. You're just gonna go and drop on down?
Yeah.
And approach from the opposite direction as them?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're grapnelling down.
I'm gonna come with him. Give him some backup.
Do you let him use the grapnel line?
Do you? Do you allow me to follow you down on the grapnel line and provide?
I mean, technically, I'm going to be coming down, so yeah. I guess
Okay.
if he so happens to choose to come down, I'm not going to climb back up and throw him off of it, but you know.
Okay. What are you doing, Tech Boy?
I'll
Mike.
Tack it up.
I'm gonna be ogling at the graph. No.
I'm going
I'll,
to press my sled.
I'm gonna try and observe the. I'll roll a perception test.
Okay. Looking at the other party.
Yeah. It's a 16.
How many?
It is 2 degrees.
Does the optical mechanodrate give you any bonuses to this? It actually might. Because I think it counts as binoculars.
Yes, it passes one.
Then every 10 points after the pass, yeah.
So that only still won't be 2 degrees.
So the easiest way is to just count from what
And then add.
16.
So the optical is plus 10 for perception based. And plus 20 at night, and this kind of counts at night because it's a dark area, so actually at plus 20 to your perception.
So that's a 4 degrees success.
Okay. There's about 8 guys in this group. There's 8 people in this group. They are approaching cautiously but openly. So like they're not swaggering down the road, but they're not like clinging to the shadows. They're moving down. And they're all armed, and they're not like sprinting at it, but they're approaching with a little bit of caution.
Can I tell what they're armed with, or if they have any identifying?
Crappy las guns, crappy auto guns, swords, axes, maybe a shotgun. So you're looking, is Magos Burrito over here.
Sorcerer Boy's staying on that catwalk
Okay.
just to watch them.
Okay, now are you gonna stay or are you gonna try to like move over to get closer to the caravan? Yeah, that.
I'm gonna stay close-ish to the people.
Your people?
No, the other people.
Their people.
Yes, their people.
Okay, so you're gonna start moving down the catwalk. Okay, are you trying to be stealthy to not get spotted?
Indeed.
Do you have stealth?
I do not. I do not. No.
Minus 20 agility.
Oh
Test.
boy, here we go.
That's close. It's not, but it's close.
What did you roll?
37.
So, 3 degrees of fail.
Indeed.
I'm not sure how that's close, but sure.
It was surprising.
Well, without the penalty, it was close. So he's trying to be all stealthy and is just like. Surprisingly, I think that picked up on the mic. They're just like, yeah, hey guys, I'm gonna sneak up on these dudes. Don't tell. Why are they looking at me?
They raise their guns.
Abort, abort. Yeah, so you start clanking forward because it's a very rusty old catwalk,
You
making
also have
making a decent amount of noise.
Staff as a leg.
Yeah. True that.
Oh boy, is it clanky.
Yep. At least it doesn't get caught in the grate. That's good. You basically just activate force and explode them. And then you fall through. Then you're in melee combat.
Well, that's not what's gonna happen.
So you guys basically just get so that the vehicles are blocking, so you don't even have to roll stealth. You just start moving up. I'm assuming you're moving up too. Yeah. And you're kind of sitting on Overwatch while he just starts clank, 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 clank. Where did I just put the D100 dice? There. Yeah. That's entertaining. Okay. What's up?
So while moving up, can I use a perception roll to see if I can try and see who their leader might be?
Well, only if you want to be out in the open where they can see you.
All right, I was just wondering.
I don't think that I never heard that, but okay. Yeah. Yes, you can either be out in the open and try to look at the enemy, or you can hide behind vehicles.
I'll just figure out who it is later.
Yeah. Or you just kill all of them and eventually get the leader.
Well, yeah, but he has to die first.
But it's more fun to savor the kill.
I'll let them kill everyone else.
Conundrums. All right. Anyway, surprisingly, they did not spot you or hear you because I rolled a 99.
Whoa.
The Raven willed it. So,
Not to brag or anything, but the Raven did indeed wield it.
yeah.
So I must be his chosen one.
That's okay. You're about to fall through the catwalk next turn. Everyone, I'm going to keep the same initiative from last time to make it simple. Let's go ahead and assume that you guys are more or less able to set up. So they, roughly about the time they're getting to the other end of the caravan, which I'm going to say is 30 meters, start to finish, because it's a little spread out. You two approach on foot, and you see there's definitely some dead Gilder corpses, Gilder guard, and some other miscellaneous looking dudes that look like they were menials or hard. So it looks like this place was just lit up in a pretty massive ambush. You can see there's some high caliber slug shells, las burns, bodies hacked apart. You don't see any of the attacker bodies. As far as you can tell, everything is just the defenders. And the bodies, I mean, there's some of the guard are missing gear, but the bodies themselves are basically intact, apart from the other ones that got chopped up. So it looks like the bodies were looted. The first one you get to is the actual vehicle, the tracked vehicle, and the driver basically looks like it took a. It looks like the whole front end is just scrapped. It looks like someone dropped a demo charge on the hood of the car, and so the whole driver's compartment's just gone, and there's blasted bits of goo everywhere. Side of the compartment's riddled. The back, the hatch was busted in. It was beaten, probably a sledgehammer or something like that. Just pneumatic drill was broken apart. And there's definitely some dead bodies inside the compartment. That's where you guys are at. You are more or less over the convoy directly. You're still a little bit back. The 8 guys get to the rear vehicle, one of the grav sleds. 3 of them detach and start basically inspecting, trying to open up that sled. The other 5 start moving forward. Just walking forward. Roll me an agility test to see if you don't get spotted.
28.
Yeah, you're good. Good, they're not looking up, so I'm not counting that as a stealth test. Yeah, so Johan goes first. As of right now, let's say you could lean out from cover as a free action to shoot. It's like you can't see them directly, but you could easily pop out if you wanted to fire a shot.
Yeah, I'm a lean out and shoot some
Okay.
people. So, yeah, semi-auto burst.
Okay. You're not gonna be able to aim though, because this is kind of like a
Yeah,
surprise pop out.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. So semi-auto burst, half range. That gives me plus 10. So it's just at a plus 10.
Yep.
That's 19. So that's.
3
that'll
hits.
be 6 degrees of success. So 3 hits.
Your shooting's pretty good.
That is 10 and 7 and
And a crit. All right.
and a crit.
So you hit the first guy and stagger him back. Second shot kind of glances off. And then you rolled a 91. And this is where this gets fun. You critted on him, so we're going to roll on the crit table. Let's see what happens here.
Yay.
Leg, body. Okay. Roll me a d5.
1.
That's boring. So you The third shot, so the first shot kind of staggers him back. Second shot glances off. Third one hits him dead on, and he takes like a step back and definitely looks like he got punched, so to speak. But he's still standing.
Oh.
But he's definitely hurting.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, Crow. That
How
dude,
far are they?
He's in charge range.
Charge.
Okay. Bah! All right. Charge is plus 20 to hit.
Plus 30.
What?
Furious charge. Or furious.
Berserk charge.
Berserk charge?
Keep the mic on. You said people can hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, berserk charge.
I have something now. I had something they gave me.
What are your talents and traits? Read the list quick.
Lightning reflexes, swift attack, catfall, combat master, takedown, frenzy, furious assault, sure strike, hardy, and jaded.
Furious Assault is the one where if you land an all-out attack, you can spend your reaction to attack again. So you'd have to have berserk charge to get the other
Okay.
plus 10.
I thought it was something else.
Well, you have the ability where I think you frenzy better, but it's a half action, I think, counter frenzy. But yeah, so plus 20 to hit, and he's technically surprised, so actually plus 50 because it's a surprise round.
Yep, that's a hit. It's a 36.
Okay, I can tell that looked like a 90 from over here, and I was like, yeah, okay, so you hit, roll damage. 36 torso hit, okay.
10 pen 2.
Are you adding your strength bonus into that? Is there, what?
I rolled 2 3s.
Oh, and a great weapon doesn't have any extra bonus?
No. 2d10 plus strength.
That's depressing.
Yep.
But that is enough to drop him down. It's literally just a great weapon.
Yeah. I mean, it has mono.
Yeah. Oh, mono?
Yeah.
Oh, it's plus 2 to its pen then.
That's why it has pen 2.
Oh, I didn't hear you say pen 2. Okay. I thought you just mentioned it. Yeah, so, yeah, that will, yeah, he does go down with your sword, axe, impaled in his shoulder. Yeah. He goes down. You now, Davanax.
Doing the shooting.
Okay. Picking the next guy in line.
Yep. Semi-auto burst. That
And you
is
can't aim because you're already lined up.
Yeah, that's a pass with
Long range, or medium range, short range. You're plus
that's 2 degrees.
because 69.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you only hit once then. Okay, so you graze a dude, do a little bit of damage. Belroth.
I'm gonna. So how far are they from me?
You're over the caravan, so like, say 15 meters, 10 down, 5 over. 15, 20.
I'm gonna force bolt. So how many are there? How many are
7
left?
left.
7 left?
There are 4 easily, well, so there's 2 on the other side of the caravan, the 3 in the back, and then 2 on your side.
All right, I'm gonna go for one of the ones on my side.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt a force bolt.
You would.
Yep.
You gonna push?
You know it. I'm gonna push once, but first I'm gonna high my psi focus.
Okay.
Let's do this, boys.
You're only pushing 1, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what, 35. Oh boy. It's a pass.
How much?
Quick math, real quick.
Oh, never mind. You only hit once, so it's fine. So D10 plus push 1, so D10 plus 12. Roll damage.
Whoa, here we go, boys.
Hey!
13.
That's a 1. All right, so 13 points of damage. That does actually drop that guy.
Got him, boys.
I didn't say he's dead.
True.
Drops him. He's probably dead. Roll your D100 at plus 15 for this phenomena. What do you get? All right, so that goes to a peril. Our psyker is gonna have his first encounter on the perils of the warp.
Time to fucking party.
Roll me another D100.
72.
God.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Close are you guys together?
Should have followed you guys.
He's about 15 meters away.
Okay. Feel a little bit.
So,
You should.
um,
Well, at least 10 meters up.
That doesn't look good, guys.
all right.
What do you like?
The Raven wills it.
Did you at least max push?
Um,
Wow.
so here's what happens. You launch this force bolt, and as the psychic energy builds and shoots out from you, you feel this massive surge of power, far more than what you intended to send. And as you kind of visualize, because you can't see the force bolt, but as you visualize this bolt of energy going, reality tears behind it. You literally split a line in reality, and immediately pouring out of this tear comes the screeching, cackling horror of demonic entities that you guys have no idea what the hell any of this is. Every single one of you guys has to take a willpower test at -10.
Time to fucking party.
We did it, boys.
I actually passed.
We did it, boys.
You're at -30.
Oh, fuck me. Never mind.
Okay. How bad? If you passed, you're fine. What's up?
Where are the gifts to go?
You're looking for Infernal Will.
Yeah.
It's like 287. This Jaded does not affect anything warp related. This is the only thing you guys actually take fear tests from. You're entirely immune to the effects of fear. Did you fail any of your skill tests by 4 or more degrees? Like navigate surface or anything? So, okay, we're gonna have to follow up on that because of Infernal Will, you're immune to fear 100%. But anytime you fail a skill test by 4 or more degrees, you have to roll on the shock table. Let's get that out of the way real quick before I forget, because I know I'm gonna forget that. Roll me a D100.
33.
33? Oh, no vomiting. No uncontrollable vomiting. That's what the infamy is.
Yeah, so you got 2. You spent 1, so you got 1.
Fear grips your character, but you're immune to fear, so you're fine. Yeah, so you're whatever. You're
So
fine. So here's who you failed
I failed by 1 degree.
by 1 degree. Okay. Roll me a D100.
53.
You feel pretty good.
Add 10 to that.
63.
Okay, cool.
Look at those dice.
You're frozen in terror when you hear the screeching, because it just touches on something deep in your little corrupted mechanoid soul that just like Toaster 404. You have to you cannot take any actions until you pass a willpower test, and then you have -10 to all your dice rolls until the end of the encounter. You pass. You failed by how many degrees?
3.
Roll me a D100 and add 30.
Boy, let's fucking do this.
73.
103.
You just have a heart attack and die?
No, you gotta get to like 180 for that to happen.
He's still probably passing out.
Guys, y'all might be doing this on y'all's own. I tried.
I'm fine with that. More skulls.
Yeah.
This is gonna be bad. All right, so here's the deal. You faint on a rusted, crappy catwalk.
Oh.
Roll me a D100.
Sorry, it's low.
It's low.
Don't tell me what it is. All right. Pick a number, odds or evens.
Even.
All right. What is? No, not him. He picked even. What's that number? Or what does that say?
Odd.
You fall off. Your fault. So this screaming happens, and you just get this massive rush of vertigo and like pants wetting terror, and you just straight faint forwards, and you fall, and take 16 points of damage minus your toughness, as you just blam.
So what's the negative you're at?
So you have, how many wounds do you have? Flip it over.
I don't think you should heal. It's like
Did you write that down?
You have a ground sled to haul you on.
We did. I think you had 14.
I mean, I'm not gonna
'cause
heal
almost
anybody
everyone had
till
14. So 14 minus
like
your
everybody
toughness.
else is dead, so.
What's your toughness at?
It's the 10th digit. 4.
So you take 12 points of damage. You're down to 2.
whoa.
Keep it on that side for current. So
He's actually still positive.
yeah,
God damn.
I think almost all you guys have 14 wounds. Like after modifiers, I think every single person here has 14.
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird. So anyway, point of that being, you faint, just flip, blam. You Emperor Palpatine this thing. So while this is going on, you're fine with the screeching of demons. You just kind of get this adrenaline rush. You don't care, but you just hear a thump behind you, and you just see the sorcerer just fall, because apparently everyone in the party is just falling out of the sky these days. That's what happens to you guys. Holy balls, that passed. That passed. Good lord, these guys are insane. One failed.
Are they just shooting his corpse now or something?
No, this is their willpower tests. All right, so I got good news and bad news. Good news is 2 of them ran away. Run away. The bad news. Oh, sorry, I had that backwards. The bad news is 2 run away. Good news is 5 of them stay behind. One of them being the guy who's on the ground who just got force bolted. Now here's the deal. It's their turn now, the guys that are still here. The one on the ground is still lying on the ground. The other 2 that are in your guys' side, one's gonna swing at you with the sword or axe and miss pretty spectacularly. The other one is going to shoot into combat. Doesn't care if he hits his buddy, and his gun jams.
Unreliable.
And it breaks.
Unreliable.
So, yeah, he goes to shoot, and the magazine just drops out of his auto gun, and there's like, and the chamber just pops, and he has a jam, and the magazine drops at the same time. Now, on the other side, a guy runs around the corner, and you can't see him, but he basically gets behind the vehicle so he can see you. He's like 2 meters away from you, but you're in combat, and readies his gun. And then one of the guys all the way in the back kind of peeks out. He's like looking around like, what the? Going. And you can see like 2 dudes are just booking it down the road. Top of the turn, sir.
Can I see the guy who's poking out behind that car?
Not the one all the way, you can see the one who's all the way down, but not the one who's right next to Dave. There also is one more guy in the middle of the road shooting point blank at Dave.
Oh, that's
Well,
right,
he was
yeah.
shooting, and then he just dropped it.
Yeah.
He just ejected his magazine.
Yeah, that private pile over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm semi-auto burst into private pile, and I will actually overload this. So.
Okay. Let me double check exactly how overload works for lasguns in this game.
It's plus 2 damage, plus 2 pen, uses 4 times as much ammo, and gains unreliable.
Okay.
Going for no weapons here.
Okay, so overload, not overcharge. Gotcha.
Yes,
All right.
that is correct.
Did you hit?
Half range, right? So that is plus 10. So
And aim.
And aim. So that is 4 degrees of success.
Okay, so 1, 3, so 2 hits.
2 hits. Okay.
Yeah, it's dead. You just
okay.
critted.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dead.
So you hit him in the arm first. So the first shot just blows his arm, like as he's like, oh crap! It just takes his shoulder off, and a good chunk of this, and just the shock of that alone will just instant stop his heart. And then your second shot just hits him in the chest, and he's gone. He's just.
Yay.
I did good, boss. You're in combat.
All out attack.
Do it.
What are the bonuses for all out attack?
Plus 30 for all out attack.
Succeed.
Did you just roll a second time?
No.
What? Oh, I thought I heard a dice drop around here somewhere. I wasn't looking. Oh, it's you. Oh, confusing the GM.
14. Pen 2.
Yeah, he's dead. Furious Assault is if you land an odd attack, you can swing again. You give up your reaction to swing again. Go.
Willpower test.
So
That's
you can't use your reaction, but you don't give it up.
negative
You just can't use
Ghost
it
Rider.
to dodge or parry. But this one then, rather, you still can't dodge or parry, but you can just reroll. What?
My joints have frozen and remain frozen.
You didn't snap out of it? Cool. At his turn, you're immune to fear. You're already frozen. You have to test again because this is the screeching is still going on.
Fail by 2.
Roll me a d100 at plus 20.
Sorry, 3, actually.
At plus 30. The number keeps going up.
I'm getting 27.
Oof.
I did it.
Yes! It's Dave's favorite. Uncontrollable vomiting.
It's always the vomiting.
So you blow the guy's arm off and you take a breath and you just start sucking in like the most rancid, horrific, maggot-ridden stench you've ever encountered. And you just start dry heaving. Yeah, you literally just drop your gun and start dry heaving. These guys have balls of steel. The guy in combat with you, it doesn't really... he passed anyways. The guy in the back just rolled a 1. So these dudes are utterly fearless. The 3 that are left. Oh, and then the guy on the ground. Oh, the guy on the ground has just lost his mind. But, oh, he might have just died. He just failed by 30. He just failed by 5, and then that's 130. So the dude who's lying on the ground, just for reference, so we have the theater of the mind here. The dude who's lying on the ground with the sucking chest wound from the force bullet just starts giggling and laughing and just like, he's like literally like blood spurting out of this hole in his chest, and he's like got foam bubbling out of his mouth, and he's just lying there going, yeah. Your turn. You're vomiting. Your turn.
Did you say there's somebody in combat with me?
Oh, right. No, you killed that guy. Just
Yeah, that
kidding.
guy's dead.
Who is left? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, the
There's
other
a
guy.
guy
Oh, the
hiding.
other guy in the back. All right, so there's one guy like 2 meters away from you who's... No, they have their turn, actually, because I just skipped their
Yep.
turn. Right, so the guy who's 2 feet away from you is going to hit you 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't dodge. Rip. What's your armor on your torso?
2.
What's your toughness?
4.
So you effectively have 6 points of damage negation.
Yeah.
So you take 3 points of damage in total from these low caliber slugs. Just blit, blit, boom. The dude all the way in the back is going to shoot at you. He just hit you 4 times. So for reference, for you, since you're new, these are the dice I roll when I want players to die.
He's a terrible person.
You take 1 point of damage, and then you take 3 points of damage. And those is factoring in your toughness and all that.
Flesh wound. It's fine.
It's flesh. So it's 5 down to 3. Then the last guy. Yeah, that's it. Now it's your turn. You're vomiting. Now it's your turn. There's a guy 2 feet away from you, 2 meters away from you.
We gonna charge him.
Okay. Terror test. He's holding. No. Swing.
Yeah,
Oh, this can see this table.
That's 95.
Look at my fancy table to hold stuff. What?
That was 95. No.
Dave.
These dice are very
Roll your willpower
betrayalsome.
test. Ethan.
Here we go. Hey, that's another fail. Somebody get
Still
some.
out.
Can I get some like WD-40 so I can like actually move?
Okay. Round 3. You're still vomiting.
I'm fine.
You're immune to this. You're still frozen. The guy who you're in combat with whiffed the crap out of a sphere test. He's gonna run away if he can not puke. Okay, so the dude you're fighting, the screaming is still going on, by the way, and it's actually getting louder. The dude you're swinging at, he dodged when you swung and your axe just went into, like, dug a little bit into the vehicle he was hiding behind. He is like, he was backpedaling, and then his eyes kind of go manic, and he just starts like swinging at you with the butt of his auto gun, and he hits you. Very ineffectively. Yeah, he did nothing. You rolled a 1 for damage. The guy in the back, fear test. Or just roll a 12, that's fine. I mean, whatever. He's gonna shoot at the dude who's vomiting. He hit once.
Assuming I can't.
No, guy. You... I rolled a 40 to hit. What's your head armor? Or what's your damage reduction on your head?
4.
Ah, you take 2 points of damage. Yeah, that's that. This is the 3rd round. So, you're still out, unconscious. You are no longer vomiting, but you can only take a half action, and your gun's on the ground.
Well,
I'm assuming you were gonna say picking up the gun is a half action. I mean, I do have quick draw, but it's not really quick draw.
Do you also have a sidearm? Or no,
I
you
do
don't.
have. Well, no. So I don't
Okay,
have
yeah,
another
that's
gun.
right.
Yeah.
If you pass an agility test, I'll let you grab it off the ground and shoot it.
Oh,
good, we're gonna wait
1
for
degree
you.
of fail.
You fell? Alright, so now. You can pick it up.
Okay,
And-
I have acquired a gun.
Yep. Alright. Kill him, man.
All attack.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
You hit?
Yeah.
Parry. He didn't. He doesn't have parry. He's just a goon.
15 damage, pun 2.
He's dead. Good job. You feel good about yourself?
Yes.
Nope. I
You
don't
can
know
do
why I
real
would.
good with those tests.
Alright, so
You're passed out. You're puking.
the screaming abruptly stops. And like there's no, it doesn't die off. It's literally just, it's there and then not, like, you know, just suddenly muted, like flipping the switch on the mic. And
Fucking psychers.
psychers, always the problem. Yeah. So the dude who's shooting at you misses. You wake up, kind of. The world starts coming back to you, and you're face down in a puddle. You have level of fatigue now, so you're basically at a -10 to everything you're doing. Until the fatigue wears off. which you can-
Fatigue's real bad.
But it doesn't stack. If you get multiple levels of fatigue, it's just 1 -10.
Characters like you are why I play Black Templars on the tabletop. Just saying.
Yeah, so you can kind of get up. You just like look up, and there's like most everyone's dead. This dude's just hacking through. This guy's like got the front of his shirt's just covered in vomit.
Don't need.
Well, he's on the ground, so he doesn't see you. But yeah, you're up. That one guy's still there.
So one dude shot at me. So one dude gonna die. Semi-auto burst, and I will overload it again.
Do you want a single
And
shot
half
just to
action.
make sure it's more likely to hit?
Do what?
Do you want to use single shot rather than semi-auto?
Go beat him in the head with your.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Just
No.
checking.
Half action aim,
Okay.
and then
Short
semi-auto
range.
burst. Yeah, so plus 20.
Actually, hold on, wait. You can only take a half action per turn until this encounter's over. So just regular shot.
Oh, okay, so just regular shot. Okay, so no plus. It's
Plus 10
10
for range.
Okay, so that is just 1 degree of success then.
Okay, and what did you roll to hit? A 46?
46.
So
Yeah.
torso shot.
That is a. Let's see, your 12 pen 2.
That kills him.
Yay!
You hit him and he just slumps over.
Yay!
You find yourself find yourself standing in a field of dead bodies, both recently dead and been dead for slightly longer. Screeching's gone, and yeah, looks like everyone's dead. Roll me a perception test.
Not even close.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Just barely under 4 degrees failure.
Dav, next you snap out of it. Yeah, so current state of the party, he's hurt real bad. He's hurt. You're a little hurt. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, so everyone's dead that's still here, other than you guys. And you make your way down with something. You maglev down. You start searching through the bodies, and something you notice very, very quickly as you guys are looking at the people you just killed is the first guy who you shot a couple times and then you cut in half. Yeah, that's one of your buddies. He's from the Order of Nugdon.
I expected that.
Yeah, you just killed a few of your
saw
cultist buddies.
Eh,
It is what it is.
I mean, they
To be fair,
Life is cheap.
they
Worthless.
shot at us.
At least he
He
killed
shot
somebody,
first.
like-
That doesn't matter.
They didn't sit there while we murdered them. They deserved it. Yeah, so you guys just took out another cultist group, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, whatever.
We get credit for the convoy.
Obviously, they weren't worthy.
Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Now I'm gonna steal other stuff.
You take Private Piles a broken auto gun.
Plus their heads.
Plus their...
Skulls.
Yeah, sure.
Add to my clip. No.
To be fair, half these guys were just like, there's demonic screaming in the air, don't care.
Yeah. They're not really worth it. I need better skulls.
Yeah. Alright, so anyway, you guys come over, you guys, everyone roll me a D100 to see if you guys find anything useful.
Nope.
Nope.
25.
Can I inspect?
I don't know what that is.
actual
8, okay.
sleds?
Yeah.
Back my dice.
So, Johan, you start looking through the bodies and you find a couple more, so you have lasgun?
Yep.
You find 2 more lasgun magazines that are functional.
Charged or uncharged?
Oh, I'm gonna just for easy say they're both fully charged.
Nice. I actually have ammo now.
You also find a pretty decent, sturdy-looking knife off the big guy, or the main guy that he killed.
That was my knife.
I mean, if you want it, it's just a knife.
I already have a knife.
I mean, I do not have a combat melee weapon, so.
I mean, technically, the butt of your
Knife.
lasgun's probably a better weapon than a knife.
1d5.
Yes, it's a D5 versus D10 primitive 7. So
Yeah.
technically the butt of the gun is better.
Yeah.
But I can
My knife
take
has
gun,
a head.
okay? I can take gun, and I can tape knife to gun. And now,
Trade armor and just solder the knife onto the barrel.
weld the gun onto my barrel.
I have a utility tool.
Yeah.
That's great. Don't do that. Yeah. You find a couple of things. You find a little bit of cash on these dudes. You also note that there's literally nothing fancy on them. It looks like it was like one guy and 7 well, 2 or 3 of them ran away. The ones that are dead, it's one important looking dude who would have been one of the guys in the auditorium with you guys, and then a bunch of faceless, useless guys that apparently were utterly hardcore.
They were the stupid guys that ran out.
They were too stupid to be afraid. Yeah. Now you rolled a, what do you guys? 25. You find a decent looking sword if you wanted to add that to your collection.
I mean, it's real stabby. Stabby's good too.
Fine addition to my collection.
It is primitive 9 though, but it has.
I wasn't
balance.
gonna use it. I was just gonna take it.
Okay, cool.
Sir, get your
So
own trophies.
you roll me security to open up the grav sleds.
69.
That's probably a pass though, right?
It's probably still
My
bad.
intelligence
Alright,
is 60.
roll the second one.
So... Yes.
Okay, so the first one you pop open, and it's full of, looks like precious metal ores. It looks like maybe they grabbed some stuff, like a tithe of materials from like the mine workings or something. The second one though is much more secured, and you, for some reason, are just able to crack this one open real well. But you found this one empty. There's several what looks like weapon cases that have all been popped open and are empty.
All right.
There's also what looks like a maintenance servitor, like a really, really nice maintenance servitor, the kind that would take care of people's like personal gear and weapons. That's just been shredded. It actually it looks like someone just unloaded a magazine of auto gun rounds into it at point blank range.
Hey, respect.
Are you sure you're unaligned? It's like the 4th 69 he's rolled this open.
Nice.
I mean, you guys could have 2 Slanesh party members.
No.
Yeah, okay. But yes, you probably whatever was supposed to be in this caravan
It
would have
don't-
been in here.
Yeah.
You do find a. Yeah, never mind. Forget whatever I just said. Anyone who has prescience or forbidden lore warp, roll me a test.
I don't have forbidden lore work. I have demonology and psyker.
So you're gonna repeat everything you just said.
So I don't have forbidden lore warp.
Do none of you guys have forbidden lore warp? I feel like at least 4 of you people in character creation was like, yeah, you can take forbidden lore warp.
I definitely was one of them. Didn't take
I
it.
don't have any forbidden lores.
Same.
I have scholastic lore, occult.
I have art.
You have prescience, though, so it's fine. No, wait.
I have a sinus.
Oh, you know, must be Daniel has prescience on the character sheet that he lost.
Whoa.
Not that I'm throwing shade at the guy that's
Don't
not
add
here.
him, bro. I have sinus. What was it?
Sinus science.
Yeah.
Some people say Sinitians. If you want to tell me what it is, I say sinus science.
Does that help?
Yeah, no, you can do that test instead. So whatever you rolled would be a sinus science.
Hey, that's 2 degrees of success.
Okay. So looking at the psychic residue left from all these dead souls, you can kind of vaguely detect that other than this giant gaping hole after image of scream, yeah, you can basically see the screams.
My bad.
Yeah, just don't tell people you did that. You can kind of sense a little bit of what happened here from the previous battle. And the biggest overwhelming sensation that you're feeling is betrayal.
Whoa.
And a lot of flame. Which is a little weird because there isn't really any fire markings on any of this stuff.
I'm gonna keep all this to myself.
Not till the party. That always goes well. Okay.
What do you want now?
While you're figuring that out and staring into space, You also, with what you rolled on that 8, you do find one of the dead guard is in his hand is like he's got like a torn bit of clothing, and there's also like a necklace thing, and you're looking at it and it looks very much like what the Redemptionists were. Like one of their little crappily made Aquila wannabe symbols. You don't have to intelligence test this.
No, but I like intelligence tests because it's fun as a character.
You like failing?
Yes, it's actually entertaining.
This is pretty obvious. Like this one's really
yeah,
obvious.
this is obvious enough. That
Unless you're
I
rolling to
figured
see
it
how
out.
you're gonna tell people.
No, I put 2 and 2 together. The Redemptionists were here.
Mm-hmm.
They might have had something to do with this. With the deaths of the Guilders, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Those other guys, I think we know who killed them. It was me. And him. Yeah. It's you, boy.
So, what are y'all doing with that knowledge?
What I'm getting out of this.
I think we go kill some Redemptionists. That's my idea.
This guy's got the idea.
Full
I mean-
circle.
Yes. Well, they killed the enemy, which means they're our enemy because they killed the enemy we were gonna kill.
Yeah, the enemy.
So
of
they
my enemy
stole
is
our
my
kill,
enemy.
so we have to kill the enemy that killed our
This
enemy.
is my anemone.
Makes sense.
The enemy who killed my enemy pissed me off, so they're my enemy.
Okay, Alfarius.
That was a very wise, deep quote that probably didn't get picked up by the mic.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. So it's probably the Redemptionists, maybe, is what you guys are going with. How are you gonna find them?
Survival?
No. Yeah, actually, tracking, yeah. Predator, urban jungle.
Yeah, does anybody actually know tracking, though?
Well, tracking is under survival, and he has survival.
Oh, hey, how about that? So you actually know things. Have the mic.
Watch him roll a 90.
I only know some things, and this is probably not going to be one of those things that I know. I don't know it that well.
No.
Failed by
Failed by a lot?
2 degrees.
Okay. You guys have to figure out how. You guys have to figure out how to find these people and hunt them down. Any ideas?
Scholastic lore or occult? Do I know
That's
anything
not
about
gonna
them?
help it. Actually, sure, yeah. And anyone who has lore common
Good old
lore,
intelligence test.
ecclesiarchy.
Nah, let's not worry about that.
This is my moment in the sun. Smash. Sure, try it. The train just means you roll your actual stat line.
And... Whoa.
What?
I'm just giving a play-by-play.
Oh yeah,
By
since
not
the
giving
mic
a
was still over there
play-by-play.
since you hadn't given the mic.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm being a hog.
Belleroth just rolled his scholastic lore occult. Let's see if we can figure out anything about the Redemptionists here, because we probably kind of forgot to update there and had a lot of talking off the mic. Just barely passed. So you do know that Redemptionists generally, if there is no church-like building in the area, they will build a church-like building, or find a building, kill the occupants, and turn it into a church-like building. Any of the above. So all you gotta do is find a church-like building, and you'll find the Redemptionists. Or look for a bunch of people setting people on fire.
Guys, I just had an epiphany.
Are you sure you know how to spell that?
I'm smart. So, I just had an enema, guys. I'm smart. These
Oh, John almost ruined the mic.
these Redemptionists.
It's a good thing we're playing this late at night.
True though.
Don't let your kids watch
They
this.
like
It's
to
gonna get
build
worse.
fake cathedrals to the false god. Let's burn it down and defile their corpses. If we can find this thing.
You're talking a lot like a Redemptionist, right? That's like exactly what the Redemptionist would say. Are you sure you're not the Redemptionist? Maybe you are.
Oh.
Because I have a flamethrower for her fucking breath.
A little bit.
Whoa.
It's fire.
Like, you ever seen Baby Dracarys with this tiny little like steak cube? Like,
And it's more than anybody else got, right?
I mean, he has a lasgun that sets things on fire.
I'll just.
May or
Kind
may
of.
not have like a blowtorch on the utility ship.
I don't know what I did, but I'll walk in there and do what I did just a second ago. It's gonna be awesome.
Full push. Yeah, so
Gonna run up in there and face plant.
you guys are gonna regroup,
Yeah, just have it
regroup and
understand
recover a little bit. Good lord.
the psychic and
Psychic enema.
Just, okay, done. You guys want to do any healing? This is the GM giving you guys a moment to try to heal.
I need
Because you
healing.
kind of look jumped up. Yeah, you wouldn't word it as that, but you'd just be like,
Yo.
I'm straight up not having a good time right now.
I'm not having a good time. Please help me.
All right, buddy. Did you take Hardy as a talent?
No, because he couldn't, because he...
All right, this will be fun then. Well, that is a crit success, but it doesn't matter. How much damage did you take? Is okay. So you gain 1 wound.
Actually,
This is why we take Hardy.
yes. Real quick though, let me double check if the medikit does anything else other than just.
It's
giving you
just a
bonus.
plus 20. Advanced Medikit does more, but it's just a plus 20.
What's your intelligence, like natural intelligence?
31.
I'll let you heal the full 3 'cause for rolling a 1. You get to heal 3 rather than 1.
I put band-aids on real good.
So I realized that one of my abilities is completely negated.
What?
If you pass a willpower check at very hard, minus 30,
That's only
to
for
negate fear, you gain a bonus. And I'm immune to fear. So I
Could be
can't take the
worse.
test.
I mean, you could have to worry about failing that fear test.
That is also true, but it's just funny.
Yep. Okay. So anyway,
Hey, homie, want to heal me?
does anyone else need a little bit of fixer upper?
Homie, want
I mean, I'm at 10. I'm
Little
probably
heal.
pretty good.
Little heal. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but
Getting
it's
back
end
on
of
track.
day, so you can just.
I
convert.
came with Hardy.
There you go.
When you guys take a rest break, it'll heal off. Fatigue,
Bruh.
you just a basic night of sleep will get rid of all your fatigue.
We're good. We're good.
Might as well.
Rest up. You guys did get in some combat. No, you didn't see him take any damage, but he did take damage earlier. Yeah, he did ask.
And I am a giving god.
I'm giving you a minus 10 to this though, because the mechanoid body.
Okay.
You're fine. Yeah, you heal.
Get 3 HP. Wounds.
Yeah.
All the intelligence.
8th edition.
Yeah, I
Yep.
should buff my int actually. I did. That's the sad thing.
I did not.
World's
I
dumbest
got
medic.
both negatives.
Still better
Yeah,
than Red
I'm a
Scorpion's
medic
one.
whose nat intelligence was 26.
He could have been a 16 though.
He
if
could have been a
wanted to.
16, yeah. Well, he's also not a medic, so.
Yes, but he could have ended up as a 16.
I'm a form of medic, okay? It's called a surgeon. Most of them don't survive.
He's
He's a really bad surgeon. You're the
aggressive
harmacist.
surgery. I am the harmacist.
I'm basically Zoidberg, okay?
Yeah, basically. All right. Well, anyway, you guys are gonna take a cat nap and relax up, so you're back to full. Like you don't have fatigue. You don't have to take half actions. You don't have minus 10s on anything. You guys are gonna have to go hunt down this. You're gonna go hunt down the Script of Redemptionists. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna roll me a navigate surface test.
Alright, boys.
Actually, just do your survival tracking.
Here we go.
It's not that much better.
It's not that much better, he says.
We're good.
Yeah, pretty good, he says.
good.
Until
Got an 18.
Seth gives him the mic, I'm just gonna repeat everything
Well,
Dave says.
It was pretty good. We got an 18.
Okay.
And that was 4 degrees of success.
Oh yeah,
I get
off your
plus 10.
perception, yeah. Yeah, you're able to, through the clever use of tracking somehow through across all these
Retracing
crappy
steps.
metal.
Oh, also, I want my grapnel line back.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, you would have recovered that after he slowed down. So you're able to track these guys through basically bullshitting your way to where you think they'd be, and then finding people and threatening to throw them over catwalks until they tell you whether or not redemptionists pass by.
I like where this is
So you're able
going.
to find it pretty quick, actually. Mostly because once you get within like a significant radius of where they are, you just start noticing that redemptionists were here, because you'll find random little like hovels or like literal hole in the wall, like cubby holes that were just torched, and dead bodies and stuff. And you're just like, we're on the right path. So you get there. You find basically they built up this little altar-like structure. They're like their church that they put here is like one room, kind of, not much bigger than honestly like this table. It's kind of like one of those little like shrine. It's more of a like a little tiny way shrine, and there's just like about 20 guys in this mob of redemptionist dudes, all in their nice white robes that are dirty and filthy, and with their nice white hats that are dirty and filthy. And they've got a dude up on like basically suspended, and he's tied up and he's just hanging over this little shrine. And they've soaked him in oil, and there's a dude with like a big long steel pipe with rags wrapped around it that's on fire, and he's just about to go torch this dude. And everyone's sitting there like, burn the heretic, burn the heretic, burn the heretic, burn! He's right on with that. You just find him just in the middle of the crowd. Yeah! And there's a dude standing underneath, like slightly ahead, but underneath of this dude and he's going on his little rant about purging the unfaithful and the unclean, and this foul sinner dared to be a mutant, and that's horrible in the eyes of the emperor, and he deserves death, and all. He's just going on, and this crowd of like 19 other dudes, because 19 plus him, are all like, yeah, like super into it, all chanting and like cutting themselves and dancing in circles, and they're all very excited. You also see there's a stockpile of gear piled in front of this little shrine to the God Emperor that they put. There's a bunch of random stuff on it. You also are pretty sure that this dude who's hanging is actually one of the guild guards, only because there's like his guild ID number is still kind of visible on like stamped over his heart. So that's a guild dude. You're thinking real hard.
I have ideas.
I am not.
Yes.
93.
I like the way you roll your intelligence tests. All right, so what's the plan? There are 20 of them. They are all armed.
Where are they in relation to the altar?
So effectively, it's there's 20 of them roughly in this little kind of square like open area, and then there's like 3 steps up that they basically just stacked like little containers, and then there's like another platform that's probably only like 4 feet off the ground, and that's where this little shrine thing is. So like there's the dude hanging say the dude hanging is right here. The guy who's talking is right here, just like about a meter or 2 in front on the thing, and then the dude with the stick's walking up the steps to set them on fire.
How far are they away from us?
I'm gonna say you guys are about 50 meters away. When you just notice, you don't have to engage right now, but like you're roughly when you first spot this, there's about 50 meters between you and the closest dude.
Okay. Guys, I have an idea, but we're gonna need to get a lot closer.
I'm good with that.
As these two are just like, what's the downside?
Correct.
Robo.
I mean, like this close, or like what? How close we talking here, boy?
Roughly 20 meters.
Suicide.
If this even works.
How about 10 meters?
Is that your charge range?
Compromise 15.
But I need spray.
But 15 is farther away than 10.
That's not compromising with me. Oh, compromise. 5.
10 it is.
Anyway, what's the plan?
So I'm going to attempt to mind over matter this torch out of his hand.
I was going to use a flamethrower and burn him.
That might set the cross
So,
on
for reference,
fire.
you're 50 to the closest guy. That's about another 10 to 15 meters to the guy with the stick.
Well, 10 to 15. That's why we moved 15 away.
So you would take the torch out of this dude's hand, and then what?
Just throw it as far away as possible from them. That's all I got.
You can't move it very quickly with mind over matter.
Why are we?
I can do a rapid push.
Just so he doesn't vote.
Yeah.
Why?
Why do
He's
you
a
care?
guilder.
We might want to talk to him now.
We just slaughtered a group of our own guilders.
No, you're on cultist. The
Oh,
guild is very
guilders.
different.
Oh yeah.
We can
Probably
use this
talk to
guy.
him, but you know.
So I didn't think of this.
So here's the problem: when you push the sirening to make mind over matter happen fast, you push it directly away from you, which means you would literally just impale the dude.
I would literally light the fucker on fire.
No, you would. They would go through him. It probably would cut him in half.
You have the sniper over here fucking take him out.
Sniper's strong, but sure.
I got a Laslock. Can you hit his hands with it?
No.
Okay, awesome.
Actually,
I mean, I have.
I do have Deadeye shot, actually. It's plus 10 for call shots, right?
Yeah. So your minus 20 called shot becomes a plus 10.
Which
Or sorry, your minus 20 becomes a minus 10. Is what I meant. Yeah.
So in theory, yes. I could do a called shot on his hands, although to be honest with you, I'd rather do
That's a
called
small
shot
target
head,
too. Yeah.
which is a lot more fun.
Also, legitimate question: why are you guys trying to keep this guild guy alive? I missed
There's
that.
no reason.
Yeah, so my character doesn't care, obviously.
Yeah.
In fact, he didn't even think of this. He rolled a 97 on his inf test. He doesn't even
I thought you said it was
realize.
93.
93? Okay, whatever. I rounded
Math.
up. It's fine. It was bad. It
Yep.
was bad. That's all that matters. If you guys don't have a plan, I'm just semi-auto burst into the crowd of
How
people.
about you let me get closer? We get closer, and then I can flame breath them, and then go and kill everyone. I like that plan. It's a pretty good plan. What do you guys think? Yeah, yeah. How many shots you got with that Doom Bolt? Is that just one person at a time? That's rookie numbers. You have to step that up.
I can do it twice. As 2 half actions.
You can do
No,
one.
you can only do one attack.
So you can only do one attack action per turn, and then anything that's concentration, you can also only do one concentration.
I can do it once.
All right. So what's the plan? Just go in guns blazing, or try to sneakily mess with this?
I was gonna stealth up a little bit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like you're gonna get there, and then you're just gonna go.
Try to take.
Anyone want to pick targets?
I was gonna.
Dude holding the torch, dude speaking, dudes in the crowd. Dudes in the crowd. You're going for dudes in the crowd. You?
Huh?
You're gonna have to fight your way through the dudes in the
Flame
crowd to
breath,
get.
fucking dudes.
You're gonna go
Kill
after
lots
the
of
dude.
dudes.
Okay, I'll go after the dude speaking.
Okay.
Have an auto gun. Why not?
All right. I'm going to assume, as long as I don't roll really good here, that you're able to more or less sneak up. You don't even need to sneak on them because they're just not paying attention because they're all getting in frenzy. And then I rolled that, which doesn't matter. I didn't actually roll that good. Okay. I did not roll nearly well enough for them to spot you because they're all busy watching this. Now, in the time it does take for you guys to get closer and set this up, they do set the dude on fire. Because real time,
Still a
he was literally walking up like 3 steps.
We don't need no water.
No, you don't. No guild and no problems. All right, initiative as always for this session. Johan. I'm assuming half action aim, half action shooting at the crowd.
Yep. So it is.
That is Mike in your hand.
5 degrees of success.
So 3 hits.
So, yeah.
Do you want to split your shot hits into 3 different dudes?
Well, yes.
Okay, so just roll me 3 sets of damage.
Okay, that is, I think, last gun's what, +3? So that is 6, 10, and 8.
Okay, so you start shooting in the crowd. One guy does definitely drop. Next is Rycro.
How close am I?
Charge range. If you say
I was planning on flaming them.
you know you're only gonna hit like 2 dudes.
How close are they together?
Mm,
I was planning on getting pretty close.
You're gonna have to go within 3 meters, which you're not gonna be able to do without them not noticing beforehand.
It's not fair.
You could charge and kill a dude and then flame breath next turn.
I like that idea.
So charge.
Rycro accepts. That's a hit.
Okay, squishy squish. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Unless you roll double ones, he's probably dead. Ethan, what does Davanax do?
I do the big shooty.
And you're just shooting at the boss?
Yep.
Okay.
Half action aim, semi-auto burst.
Semi or full? Yeah, you can.
Oh, yes.
In this you can, yeah.
That's gonna be a big no.
What did you roll?
96.
That's semi-auto. It actually might not be a jam in this. Let me double check. Auto gun. It's not reliable. So a ballistic skill test of 94 to 0 means your gun jams with semi-auto burst. Also, keep track of how much ammo you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, your gun's jammed. What's your corruption's not nearly high enough for reroll. All right, you.
4.
I guess I'm going to force bolt the fucker who was talking.
Yeah.
Max Bush.
Max, do it.
I'm gonna pray to my little totem.
Do you have any kind of
How far away am I?
from him? Not very close. Do you have any kind of multi-target psychic, or is it all single target?
Actually, hold on. I might have something else.
Yeah. Which one are you looking at?
Befuddling Curse. We could try to get one of the guys in the middle of the crowd.
About 20 minutes.
I know.
Yeah. We'll be done.
So I'm going to actually hit one of the guys in the middle of the crowd with the Befuddling Curse.
And what does that do?
So, treat the target of this power as though it is struck by a weapon with a hallucinogenic quality.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah.
Where X is equal to the sorcerer's
Yep.
psi rating.
Go for it.
Let's do this fucker.
Are you pushing or not?
I'm going to push once.
Doesn't matter if you push. Figure out, because it might not actually help you if it. I mean, it boosts your psi rating, so it makes it harder for him to pass. But he's already gonna be at like a -30 because of your psi rating.
Could just do like better.
If the sorcerer rolls 5 or more degrees of success on his focus test, they take a challenging 0 willpower test or suffer a disorder.
That's not
from-
gonna matter.
No.
They're gremlins.
Do it now.
I would go regular. You're gonna have +30 for psi focus and for your basics for psi rating.
True.
Do it. Don't roll doubles.
All right, let's do this. 31.
All right, you definitely passed. He almost passed his toughness test.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay, so you've got to you pick a target in the crowd. Roll me a d10.
4.
Okay. So you pick a random dude who's in the middle of the crowd, and you befuddle and curse him. You fill his head with visions of craziness, and it's kind of hard to see what happens in the thrum of all the bodies, because you see them for a second. They all kind of start freezing and freaking out because of the everything going on, and about 3 seconds after you do that, you hear one of the voices in the midst of all the hubbub and confusion. One like kind of piercingly shrill screech, like human screech, but just weird. It's their turn. Guy on top. There's no idea what the heck's going on. There are 17 of them left, so I'm just gonna do these in sets of 5. Dave's gonna get hit once. You get hit. You don't get hit. And you get it. All right, so here's the deal. You get hit, you get hit, you get hit. You guys can all try to dodge to reduce how many times you get hit. But tell me how many degrees, because dodging, every degree of success negates a possible hit.
Okay.
So if I hit you 5 times, you get 4 degrees of success. You block 4 hits.
5 degrees.
You're fine. Nope. Okay.
That's a no.
You failed. You don't have +10 to dodge.
Nope.
Oh, you just have it trained. Okay, cool. All right, so you could re-roll it if you wanted to, because you have the 1 more infamy point you can spend this session. You spent 1, he has 2.
I'm gonna save that for.
That's fine. All right, so you get hit 3 times with random things, mostly guns. Well, 2 of them don't matter.
Whoa.
Don't worry, it gets worse. The one that did.
Yep.
So you take 10, 12. So 12, pen 2 to the torso.
Well, that's not good. So I'm stopping a lot.
6 points to that. So you take 4. You're down to 1. Also, it's a solid projectile, high caliber autogun round. Hits you dead on in the torso. At least breaks 1 rib. And you temporarily have 3 points of toughness damage, so your toughness drops by 3. And it'll come back. Make an agility test. You're still on your feet. All right, Dave, you said you got hit too. You only got hit twice.
I mean, at least there's a good side.
You take 2 points of damage.
Problem solved. I mean,
You go.
You know how it be. Semi-auto burst. Half action aim. Semi-auto burst. Into the people in the crowd, of course.
Yeah.
So that is plus 20, so that's against the 63, so... 5 degrees of success.
Yeah, so 3 hits. I'm assuming you're spreading into 3 different people.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is 10 and 8
Okay.
and 12.
Okay. Your turn.
Projectile type.
There's an explosion right in front of you.
Sweet.
So the guy he befuddled happened to be one of the guys who actually had a grenade. Not necessarily a frag grenade, like not a guard level frag grenade, but he had a homemade explosive, Molotov cocktail, that goes off.
I'm dead.
I'm giving you, this isn't a dodge, it's getting out of the spray, so roll me an agility test.
Yes.
Okay, because you're not in combat, but so like as you're like you just squish the one dude and you turn to look, and like right as you like raise your axe to look for someone to swing at, the dude right in front of you, who's just like foaming at the mouth and screaming, just like basically he pulls this like Molotov cocktail out and just throws it at the ground at his feet, and you just jump back because you don't feel like getting set on fire. And this is a pretty impressive. I mean, there's probably already a lot of promethium all over the place from all like setting the dudes on fire and bathing people in promethium. So this fire just immediately just poof and catches 4 other dudes in the not explosion, but in the inferno. So 5 guys go down, or not. They don't really go down. They turn into matchsticks. Now you have your turn.
How many people are in range for my
Yes.
flying breath?
They're already in fire.
Lined up 5. You theoretically hit 5 dudes.
Yeah, we're gonna flame.
Okay, cool.
Also creates a smoke screen.
All right, their agility test to dodge. They don't.
You want me to just roll 1d10 or
Yeah.
each guy?
Yeah. So just if we're doing something like that where it's multiple hits, roll 1, supply to everybody, unless we say otherwise.
7 pen 3.
I mean, they're on fire. They don't really have
That was a
armor.
really low damage, all right? Roll the 2.
You're up. This was your last magazine, right?
Yep. So unjamming doesn't matter.
Well, so because it's solid bullets, I'm assuming you don't lose the mag. You just lose the bullet that was jammed. Because I think it's dumb that you lose an entire magazine because one bullet's jammed. I understand for las guns, but for this, I'm gonna say you can unjam it like normal or with your technical knock ability. But you are gonna have to spend a half action making sure the magazine's good. So basically, it just means you're gonna spend a full turn unjamming and then fixing it.
I'll check the mag and I'll do a technical knock.
I think the technical knock is you just spend a half action auto reload. Or auto.
Yeah, the technical.
Is it a free action?
Free action.
I had, yeah, I had
Technical knock is literally just like hitting it against something.
Free action to clear it.
That is definitely better. No, technical knock. Character may unjam any gun as a half action, but only may use this on one weapon per round. You must touch the weapon often, quickly, and violently to make this work.
Do I do it well?
You don't have to test for it; it just happens.
I do it.
But you do. You just slap it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slap.
All right.
Pump. Check. Yeah, but then so you unjam it as a half, then you're gonna just have to spend a couple seconds just making sure the next bullets are lined up. You do lose the full, semi-auto burst though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. That's your turn.
Okay.
You.
Is the fucker who was speaking still alive?
He is. He's still staring out of the crowd, trying to figure out what's going on.
Max push.
Force bolts.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna pray to my little shrine.
You don't have a shrine. You have a psi focus.
It's the same thing to me.
Sure. Just
Let's do this. Force bolt into him.
yes, go for it. Push, Max, push.
I'm not gonna max
Do
push.
it.
I'm gonna push once.
Why? Why are you
you're
even
gonna do
bothering to
one,
push
you do
once?
all.
Yeah.
True though.
It didn't.
I mean, it's extra damage is the reason why you would push on the force bolt. But fine, coward. So it goes off. He does not dodge. Roll damage. D10 plus 12. 10. Wait. Yeah, D10 plus 12. Please roll. Great.
That's a 13 again.
Well, at least it was to the head. He passed this. Yeah, so you mind to bullet him pretty hard, and he kind of rocks back. Head snaps back. Their turn. Well, they're about half of them are dead, actually, or on fire. The ones that are on fire,
Still on fire?
I just rolled 2, so they are not. They are out of action for the round, though, because they basically all dive to the ground and start, and somehow find the not promethium-soaked patches of grating. So that's another 5. So that's effectively there's only 5 left, plus Boss Man. So the 5 that are left, one shot at you. That's a hit. That's a hit. Either guys get hit.
Yep.
The Hound has deemed that it will be my blood that is spilled on this day.
You're fine.
Rolled an 88
First
on my
one.
dodge.
You're fine. Okay, crit. Cool.
Oh, fine.
12, pen 2, and that one was to the torso.
Okay. So that is 5 damage. It's not bad.
And then you take... So, the shot that hits you in the sternum, like right on the edge of below the ribs, and completely blasts the air out of your lungs.
Okay.
And you can more or less feel your organs getting pulverized. So you're doubled over, crying like a little girl. Sorry, no, you definitely are hurting. And you're actually effectively stunned for 2 rounds.
Oh. That
What
is
is
sad.
with everyone getting like
Mega
stunned
toughness
or
test.
something?
This is what happens when I use full combat rules on you
As
guys.
a pass by 1.
Okay, you're fine. So you're only actually gonna be stunned for 1 round.
Stunned for 1 round. Okay. I can live with that.
Your turn. You're stunned. You want to flame breath the guys on the ground?
Charge.
Which one?
Anyone standing?
So let me put it this way. There's
Where's
fire
the big
here.
dude?
There's smoke over here. Big dude's over there. And the only other guys that are standing are on the other side of the inferno smoke clouds. And there's and
Can
where
I
this-
make it to the big dude?
Not with a regular charge, unless you want to run through the fire.
Through the fire and flame.
Through the fire.
You're on fire. So as you run through, you're taking. What's your toughness bonus?
4.
No, you're fine. But you're on fire. Roll your attack.
That is barely a hit.
And that is a dodge. You're up.
Half action aim, semi-auto burst at big man.
Who's in combat with him? If you miss, you're hitting Dave. Or you can take a -20 so that if you miss, you don't hit Dave.
Take the -20.
You know there's still like 5 guys shooting at everyone.
I'll shoot them.
Okay. Now full auto or semi-auto?
Full auto, not with this thing, because remember it has the recoil.
We haven't. It's only when you move.
Oh. Well, yeah, okay.
Go for it.
That's an 18.
So how many degrees does it get? So it's -10 for full auto, but you're in half range.
Okay.
So your normal ballistic skill. What do you
that
have?
is 5 degrees.
So you hit 5 times. You need more dice. All right. So that's a dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are still standing.
Yeah.
But you got one.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Assuming you spread across
Yeah.
the remaining 5. Okay.
Psyker.
Battleroth.
I'm gonna Psy-focus and then force poke the leader again.
If you miss, you hit Dave.
I already don't like Psykers.
Max, push.
Actually,
If I survive,
here's a question. Because you treat this like a shooting attack, but if you miss, the power wouldn't technically go off.
I have no idea if that's how that works.
sounds like some bullshit.
We're going to do it so if you fail, it just hits Dave.
Max push.
Nah, do it. Do it.
Guys, I have one.
Do it.
One
You'll be
max
fine.
left.
You go down to -10
No
before
walls,
you're perm
max
dead.
push.
Max
Go.
push.
Max push.
Do it. Do
Max
it.
push.
Do it.
Push.
Do it. Yes.
Here we go,
Max push.
guys.
Max
You're at
push.
plus.
We all gonna die.
You're psi rating 9 now. You're at plus 55.
You're going to be very angry when you steal this kill
Plus
from
an
me
additional
also.
10 for my
Yeah, well, you max out at plus 60.
Okay.
So you're rolling on a 107, but anything 91 or higher auto fails, no matter what. Oh boy!
What'd you roll?
An 88. Cornwell's this death. So you're rolling at D10 plus 20 on this dude.
Ooh,
Is that real bad?
that's real good.
That's a crit.
That is
Wait, actually good?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. 0 is 10.
I was going to use my last one to reroll.
Roll me a D10 for me.
Another one.
30 damage with a crit.
4.
Okay.
Now, if you rolled another 10 there,
That's boring. It doesn't. You hit him with the force of an autocannon, more or less, and you just completely you hit his leg, and the leg just separates and gone. And in the process of that happening, the tendon catches on the hip bone, which rips the hip bone out, which pulls the spinal cord with it. So his spine kind of yanks down about a foot out, so it's just repositioned about a foot. So he's dead. You literally basically ripped his spine out through his hip.
Whoops.
It's not the worst place.
Roll your phenomenon at plus 35 now.
Oh.
You lucky.
Okay. Because if that had been that.
Guys.
So with a plus 35, he just rolled a 4. God, see, that's why you push. Nothing bad ever happens.
Nothing bad has ever happened to
There's
Max.
never been a greater possession.
No.
Okay, so here's the deal.
No
All
right on
plant
the
life in the bottom of this hive city, in the bowels of this hive, right next to the heat pump or the thermal vents, the plants that exist all just died
So, fungus.
I ruined a whole ecosystem.
within 10 meters of you.
Oh, that's okay. Never mind.
I ruined this much of an ecosystem. Yeah, so literally nothing happened.
Awesome.
Everyone tastes purple.
You know, purple actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah, Dave's tasted it many times.
All
right. Boss man's down. With that, because it's 3. God, they passed. They passed the willpower tests. The 5 guys on the ground catch on fire from Dave catching on fire and stepping on a Promethean puddle and burn to death. They're gone. The 5 that are remaining
Well done.
passed their thing, and they're all shooting at the guy who they think just killed their leader. Dave gets hit once. Twice, technically. Okay. Alright, so the next guy hit you 3 times, so you get hit a total of 5 times.
Dave's not dodging very
1,
well
2,
here.
3, 4. You take 5 points of damage in total.
Dave survived.
Alright, rapid fire, go. Kill dudes. Shoot. Yes. 2 hits, I think. Just do it.
Yeah, okay. That's gonna be more than 2 hits. It'll be 3 hits, right?
You have to have 5 degrees of success.
I do.
With
It's
plus 20?
1 because of the-
And the renegade thing that I always forget, yeah. Yep.
Okay, that is 9, 11, and 8.
Yeah, one's down, the other ones have taken damage earlier, so that's, you drop 3.
Was it 1 left? 2?
1 left.
Because I killed the 1.
Actually, that's all of them. Because there was 19 plus the boss man. Yeah, so you guys got them all down.
I'd like to stop, drop, and roll.
He's on fire.
Yeah, sure. Make it.
Roll, stop, drop.
What am I rolling?
Roll me a D100.
That's not fair. 37.
Alright, you're fine. Alright. A little bit of an abrupt stop on this one, but we got the combat done. Next session, we will find out what you guys find here. And you will determine you actually did kill Redemptionists this time. Not more cult buddies. And we will hopefully have the 5th player in. And yeah, so this is the start of the campaign. A little bit less roleplay right now, a little kind of just run and gun. But it is going to be a little more roleplay heavy going forward. I just had to have a reason to not have these guys start with like super fancy war gear. Because Black Crusade, you start with super fancy war gear because it's assuming you're fighting alongside Space Marines. But they're not, they're cultists. So, thank you for watching and tuning into Warp Charge Gaming. Look out for more. We will be streaming these Saturday nights. We're at 11 to 3 with a little bit of pre-gaming, maybe around 10:30 or so to kind of slide in. Nothing else to really say there, otherwise, Ethan, move your arm. You're in the shop, man. No. Have a great night, guys.